original native. Yeah, we gon' die every day, cause we don't know where we came. We been here, lived here, open borders, got deported, fought for rights. Kidnapped, bitch slapped, blacked out, covered up, washed white. Drugged up, slugged up, beat bread, left for dead, fuck your life. It's all a plan, kill your man, take your land, slave your kids, rape your wife. Why y'all look so mad if all this shit I say is true? Why y'all look so mad if all this shit happen to you? White man, quick.
Ham sliding on the BF, it's so flat.
So what's happening? Government and all y'all crossed the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche. Should've left me where I was, cause I ain't never scared. Took that little ice off my neck for this arrowhead. My nation, my Nietzsche, someone thorough said. Real Americans, still pure blood, we thoroughbred. I'm like, let my people go and just take me instead. When it's red or blue pill, I'm only choosing red. I'ma always choose my people, you can keep that bread. Our government owe $1 trillion, you can keep that bread. If it's one thing Jim Crow is showing me, I don't want no white folks ruling over me. I don't want no politicians ruling over me. I don't want no po-po ruling over me. Only somebody just like me gon' treat me like me. I'm Iron Cherokee, the Chief and Dr. G.L.E. I'm still a G like EST. You might not be as G as me. You think you free, but you need remedy to be as free as me. I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people. They got us good, they still hating on my people. When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. When it comes to dancing, the whole world wanna be like us. Foreigners are doing everything, trying to weaken us. Sports, y'all can't fuck with us. Rhythm, know we killing y'all. Anything involve a ball. Mentally, we figured out the cosmos. After all inventing shit, we smashing y'all. It's time to take through asking y'all rights by blood after all. Vatican and the Smithsonian got all our shit. Artifacts and relics still keeping us away from it. When they say that was a long time ago, that's racist shit. Y'all holy land keep stolen shit. We don't need y'all holding it. Reverse engineering our technology, controlling it. Gave it everything you got, but you can't put no soul in it. I ain't go see the new Matrix cause I'm living it. Everything is not what it seems, but I'm killing it. Can you afford to pay attention who you living with? Now they trying to mandatory vax, but is you getting it? Fall back off my Nietzsche, I'm peeping y'all tactics. This ain't no earth war, this here is galactics. Goddesses and gods warming up like practice. We gon' put arrows on your chest like patches. Mongoloids can't style like us, them fake natives ain't wild like us. They ain't got a soul, destiny as a child like us. Nobody power like us, nobody peace pipe like us. Boxing, y'all can't fight like us, nobody lost they white like us. Wake 'em up, I'm in the way. Say too much, I'm in the way. They tryna kill us anyway, so listen what I'm finna say. Everybody, our kids, we raised y'all anyway. What that sense is finna say, everybody ain't here to stay. Is you with us or against us, ain't no in between. I'm a non-ether being, not a human being. Yeah, fucking 1492, but all my allies what it do. Renegade got clipped for days, be careful, I advise you to. Enemy of my tribe, but opera mine, so what's happening? Government and all y'all cross the line, so what's happening? My ancestors wouldn't like you cross the line, so what's happening? We original, y'all GMO, y'all lying. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche, my Nietzsche. I do this for my Nietzsche.
Ham sliding on the BF, it's so flat.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't, it ain't legalized. Realize, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Real eyes. Slavery was a long time ago, how? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much, they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America, pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch, you a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need sparing. You got white privilege, so you don't need sparing. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonized came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans and naturalized citizens. Made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492, we was on the fences. Civil rights movement, we was so defensive. Black Wall Street, whites got so offended. Common law rights gave us amendments. Thank God don't speak truth, that's alright. First slave 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent, all white. Europe named after a black woman, alright. Grafted, it come from us, do your research. Go within, quit listening to teachers. And the Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees down and made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aborigine, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheeple. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at this. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privileges real, they working in management. Low down dirty, but they calling us savages. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. We built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us a Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read what we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin copper color look just like a penny. Wanted our land and you called us stingy. Ain't no Democrats there together, pay attention. We got ancestors but the papers is missing. Kings and queens we just can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a vax, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authorities, look it up. You want me, say stop governing me. Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon Killer still walk around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it. History was told in reverse, I stated. You still oppressed, somebody gotta say it. I'm taking you out of school, that's the reason I made it. History is his story. History is his story. History is his story. History is his story. It ain't my story. History is his story. Probably ain't your story. History is his story. It's his story.
Have a heart made of U.S. steel. If the crack don't get you, then the hookers will.
You a dead meat slime bag. Yo, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool.
New to the neighborhood.
There's no need even to have a college degree at all, or even high school. I mean, if somebody graduated from a great university, that may be an indication that they will be capable of great things, but it's not.
Have you ever wondered how Africa came to be divided up and colonized by a bunch of European countries? If you've never heard of the Berlin Conference of 1884, you're about to get a window into the very definition of audacity. Leaders from 13 European countries, plus the U.S. and Ottoman Empire, decided to hold a conference in Berlin in 1884.
Panthers.
We got to get out here. Ain't no pressure here for us, you know.
R.I.P. to the realest from the side. But I know you heard of me, yeah. Another first degree. I know I'm on it back. Another first degree murder. It's a capital murder.
I'm a pimp C, bitch, so rum in my bucks. I sold pussy on the street cause I knew nothing but sluts. Just came back from Dallas, Texas in a 6'8" lack. Bitch, I got ostrich on my seat, my candy paint red and black. When I left, I had one, but I'm coming back with two. And she bought a girlfriend, hey, so now I got a few. Hey, hit the website and make it do what I do. I make 3,000 in one day, so motherfuck what you do. If I told you pussy number, you would think I was fibbing. Going in and out of town, you might think I was tripping. In the game, ain't a thing coming foreign with Jag. I spent 1,000 on a Sachi shirt and left on the tag. Got a badge though, money and that bitch is legit. I hooked that hoe up with my plug and that bitch hit for a brick. Whipped it up, double back, cut them rookies some slack. Bitch, I came up corrupt, I'm selling pussy and crack. Got some kush from California, had to take me a trip. Bitch, I mailed myself a 30, made 2,000 to split. Hit the studio with Sam, cause I got something to say. Pussy stay up out my face, cause I got something to spray. True hustler out the South, big bag man. Haters see me drop his head and get mad. And X see my new bitch and get sad. And start crying cause she eating out the trash can. Central Texas, motherfucker, that's where I stay. I be in corrupt city every goddamn day. Big paper I'm stacking. Hoes gon' let me beat they back in, cause all this dick that I be packing. A black man and a poet. Pimp C one of the best to ever do it, and I'ma make sure that y'all know it. My best friend a real killer, so you best not trip. Pussy keep on popping off, he gon' get shot in the lip. Slow ass nigga.
It's the first degree. I know you heard of me. It's the first degree. I know you heard of me. It's the first degree murder. It's the first degree murder. It's a capital murder. I brought it back. Shout out to Bun B. Check this out.
Just like Bun B, bitch, I was a king of moving chickens in my kitchen whipping. Never slipping, pop the clipping, I kept my sink dripping. Just in case the task force is flipping, they got them stitches tipping. I ain't tripping, pain dripping, plus I got bitches stripping. Now peep this game from a heavy brother, the fatty lover. Overeating belly stuffer, never been a petty hustler. I get his dick to your mother, cause I'm a motherfucker. Chew me up like some hubba bubba, she'll never love another. She like to eat nutter butter, I need another rubber. But keep that shit undercover, I'm trying to duck a sucker, yes sir, Mr. Master. Hit your sister faster than pastor to the pastor. He fucked behind the church in the pastor. Seen the bitch walking almost past her. Let the window down, then I passed her. The gas, then I asked her if she had asthma, I gassed her. Told the bitch forget about her past her. Skin is yellow like hello. Booty poking like an elbow and shaking like a bowl of jello. Yeah, ho, hit the track and she ain't talking about no railroad. All she said is yes, she can't even spell no. Yeah, bro, strapped like some Velcro with nail blow. Brother better have my mail, ho, before I catch a murder case and go to jail. Oh, hell no. Suckers gon' suffer. I bust a buster and this brother with this cutter from Russia. If the 12 wanna discuss you, I'd never discuss you. Throw your body in a mechanical car, crush you and crush you. Don't know what the fuck is up with Usher, but I'm burning your lover. Be at your funeral smoking with the preacher, deacon, and usher. Bust your head, have your head leaking red like a gusher. Throw your body in the water like some tissue and flush it. Chop you up like a machete, like you been fighting with Freddy. Facing belly, looking like a bowl of meatball and spaghetti. You ain't ready. All of my niggas dead and they'll piss on you like R. Kelly and shit on you like a white freaking leave you stanky and smelly.
I'm rose gold dip, money so blue it look like Crips. Work so good this shit gon' flip, sauce so strong this shit gon' drip, 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 drip. Dope so good these hoes gon' bite. All these bitches nigga, all this ice, everything now God drop be pipe, 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 pipe. Flex by what I made these niggas. Daycare center, I raised these niggas. Rose showers, I spray these bitches. Hate me, love me, don't make no difference. Backwood rolled up, nigga, I smoke. Trap girl with me everywhere I go. Cocaine flow, my shit so dope. All these D's wrap round my throat. TTG, I'm trained to go. Money over bitches, I don't love these hoes. I FDB, I fuck that bitch. CDC, cut that chick. No control, I don't play no game. Knock up ass, these hold my name. 4.6, I'm out of your range. Nigga Bruce Lee kick like a young Luke Kane, like woo. Yeah, hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Danielson. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Corner store, hustle, yeah, I work that stove. Got it at the pot, yeah, I work that stove. North Guard nigga, boy, I birthed that coast. Still in my style, can't work no more. Uptown nigga, boy, I made that swag. Mask up on you, come take that bag. Real true hustle, I'ma make that bag. Real street nigga, I don't play like that. All the way live, baby girl, I'm a real one. Bloody girl, on you go, OJ Simpson. I don't play with these niggas, better check my pen. Mexico flag, better check these trenches. Feeling like Gucci, all my children. Nigga ain't with it, then you might as well kill him. Nigga ain't gang, I'm feeling. Cut a nigga hand off, bitch, keep stealing. You went in the whole shoe with me. Who talk that dog fool at me? I was in shootout after shootout after shootout with them niggas cross the street. These niggas all off a beat. I made it all off a D. But till a nigga dead or they bust my head, we don't call off the beef. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Mr. Miyagi.
Damn, I gotta close these windows. Hold on, y'all. I'm on now, babe. What? I'm on live. Honorable admiration, my good brothers and sisters of the feather. Those who are a toxinous to the earth of this here, the lands of the great and mystical and magical. Well, we'll exclude the magical part, but the mystical, the great, the land that everybody from every other land and island seems to be traveling to. The real land of the milk and honey, the real breadbasket of many things that we, the breadbasket of the way life is today and the way life was yesterday. Let me remove this real quick. Hold on, let me get everything in order, y'all. All right, before we kick it off, man, let me get my championship hat right. Hold on. Where's my other clip? I just loaded up another clip. Yeah, let me load this up. Let me let y'all see what's happening.
Lifeless. And then the so-called Japanese or the Orientalists, they copied it from there. And they called us that way, and they think of us like that way. Read.
Yep, much more to come of Agos Elamayahu from Ethiopia having a conversation with Almost Shongo, who's no longer with us, has joined his ancestors, explaining about that silly name called Africa. But this is not what today is about, y'all. Today, we're gonna deal with no mountains on flat Earth. Now, I understand the last time I did no mountains on flat Earth, a couple of flat earthers had their United Nation maps in a bunch, and their what's the other one? Mercator maps all in a bunch, and got some comments talking about whatever. I don't even remember what the comments were because they weren't really that important in the first place. So, honorable admiration to all my good brothers and sisters of the feather. Appreciate y'all taking your time to come here and deal with the facts, the truths, and that which needs to be explained. See, there's a lot of contextual and texts and writings and books that have dates that have been pushed back to a time when really these books are modern as modern can be. I mean, we already know here, by the way, this is the most intelligent and the only real progressive without all that liberal nonsense progressive stuff, but really a progression community. We are far beyond the Pan-Africans. We're far beyond, basically far beyond any of these other groups. So I just want to make sure that there's been a distaste in the community of many things that are happening, and that we have the infiltrators, the FBI informants, the police informants, and it seems that they are the center of attention, and they really have no information. So this is a good reminder that you really get the core information here on these channels. You really get this core information on Aboriginal Powers channel, Aboriginal TV's channel, Autochthonous One's channel. We got Big Dog Philly OG's channel. We got I don't want to miss anyone. We got all the sisters in all the good sisters of the feathers channel. Kind of in a loss for the names at the moment. So let me try. We got Empress Hobart's channel. We have Amazon's channel. We are the only ones really giving this hardcore information. We are the trendsetters, the content creators. So this is another content, my personal known hypothesis that I decided to start presenting. You know, some things I've sat on for a while, and I mean, if I join the ancestors tomorrow, what would that information really be worth? You know, we wouldn't know, because if I don't present it and release it and give our good brothers and sisters of the feather a chance to examine and deal with this information as well, we were not going to know. So there's a lot of information that is, causing a lot of chaos, and people are really wholeheartedly believing things that French, German, British, or whatever silly name they want to slap on. It's really only one people. They're all germ-centered. So the condition of the mind is trapped in a reality that does not belong to us. And it's time for us to get back into the reality that our ancestors had. I'm not saying let's go in the forest and go hunt trees or go off grid with no plan like many people want to present to you, because they really just don't want you on YouTube putting out any type of information, because it's obviously going to expose whatever they're putting out. So it's time, it's time that we elevate. It's time that we move on and really blow past these people's IQ. I really don't want to focus and talk about too many people, but now we can really see that these opposers of what we're doing are the ultimate government COINTELPRO ghetto informant program agents. So what we can do, we can absolutely ignore these people. We can absolutely just remove them if they come in and try and cause confusion or whatever. We can totally separate ourselves from these people. Now, I don't want to focus too much time, but I definitely wanted to make sure that was clear, that there is so much time that we do not have. And I noticed there's so much time that these people have to make sure they are the YouTube police. They do not want certain information out. They do not want you to know, because when you start to think a certain way, you start to move a certain way. Hear me when I say. Now, with that being said, I really want to dig into this information. Me personally, I am a person that likes to see, touch, and if it's some food, taste. If it's good, you know what I mean? You know, feel. I'm one of the people that I need to see it for myself. You know, I want to examine it for myself. I don't want to take it to a scientific lab and let them tell me some long words that don't mean a damn thing and try and tell me what something is. I want to see it for myself. So I have taken it upon myself to examine this planet that many of us in the community call flat Earth. I know we have some globe earthers out there. I'm not saying that I'm some big flat Earth type of person. I'm actually a globe denier. Okay. I have been to NASA JPL in Pasadena, California, and been in front of those people and let them know there are a lot of holes in y'all stuff. And I know where the holes are. And I'm going to jab everything I possibly can down that damn hole. So if you're on that side of it, that's cool. I'm not one of those people running around talking about flat Earth, everything. You know what I'm saying? I spit flat Earth. I'm not one of those type of people. But I noticed that in the flat Earth community, there are a lot of holes in their information. It gets real mystically and magically. That's why I said that in the beginning. They get a little too mystical and magical with it. They take text and they try and make it seem like it comes from some Greek person in the past, or they try and make it seem like some Christian person said this in the past, and they try and make you believe that this stuff is really from a time beyond comprehension of today, as if as if they were there. So we have to really examine things and see things from a point of view of today. So in America, we have names of rivers, ponds, streams, lakes, cities, counties, towns, states. And majority of these names are names that were already here, that we already called them. Now, what happened is we had an invasion, and this invasion has not stopped. The invaders created something in the 1890s. There were a lot of things that happened in the 18th century that leads us to this day. With that being said, on that part, I want to let y'all know that what I'm really digging into is what has been hidden in plain sight. The things that you have been seeing, but not knowing what you've been looking at. And we have some damn blowers in the background, some goddamn mestizos. So hopefully that sound's not throwing anything off. So, you know, we have a narrative in America that this is the new world. But when you really dig into anything, it's really the old world. And when we look into the America the Great, this is the great. This is the continent everyone is coming to. Why is it? And what is it about certain places on Earth that many people want to live? Why is Hollywood in California? Why is it in that location? You know, why did these world fairs take place in these locations? Why are there many places that deserve tourist attractions but do not have tourist attractions? So now it's time that I start sharing these things. It's time for us to really start opening our eyes and examine what we look at. See, then we can get an ideal of, okay, maybe we can gather together in this place because this is what this area is surrounded by, and we can buy land there. Until we don't have to buy it, unless we just want to move to these locations. You know, why not just move to a location? People are under the impression that you need some permission to do these things. We are the first Americans. Why do we need permission? Why do we need somebody to validate what we say? So I personally do not need any validation for anything that I kick, anything that I push, or anything that I'm not even for certain to be sure about. I personally do not need validation. And it's time that many of us really take that direct approach. If you're waiting for some scientists, some geologists, and some mathematicians to come do some stuff, then we're in trouble. We're right back into the same position that we were before. So let's get right to it. There's images that I have been sharing for the past few months, especially last year. I would flash these images, and many are just like, oh wow, look at that. But let's take these things into mind that people have come here and they have taken things out of America and put them all over the place. They're floating buildings, they're breaking down structures and putting them in different places, and then now that place is a tourist attraction. So they have left far more than what they have taken. All right. So the focus that I really wanted everyone to look at is this book called Paradise Lost. Now, I touched on Enoch the last time to show and prove that in the book of Enoch, they're talking about something happened and these things were binded together. And it's like, how? And then where's the evidence? I'm going to start showing you. So before I get to this book, I want to show these things for everyone to see that there is greatness here in America beyond belief. Some of it might be frightening. Some of it might, make you really think wow, that makes sense. Now I see why they named this. And this is all over this country. No matter what state you're in, you're surrounded by this. All right, so let me get to it. Where's your dat? All right. So many people where's this image at? In fact, let me show this first. So I found some things. If I can find this image. So here goes one. This is not what I'm going to show. I've shown this stuff before, okay? So these informants and agents do not want you to notice. They do not want you seeing this. They do not want you seeing these things for what it really is. Many people will freak out. I myself said there's no such thing as giants. I debunked Richard Owens Jr., who was a fellow of the Royal Society, who was kicked out of the Royal Society for making fake documents and trying to claim that something was a dinosaur or a pterodactyl or whatever. So this image that I am showing you here, if you can see this is an image that I have discovered. If you have never seen this image and you live in California, if you never heard about this image or whatever, this is the reason why I have titled my name a Matthew Douglas Craig Discovery. Is I asked Chief, he said, man, I see bones, I see skeleton, I see something that needs to be examined, in a serious way. So I'm showing you that there was a world that we stand on today. There was a world in the past that we are standing and walking on and living on. There are things that we are being told about what dirt is and what trees are and what we think air is. And for many years, I've struggled with explaining that we need to throw all these things away and start over. We need to throw all these things away and start over and examine all this stuff for ourselves. Now I want to make sure y'all get a clear cut. So this so-called mountain, right? If you're gonna tell me, oh, some volcanoes were flowing under the California ocean and it made this shape, that's cool. If you want to believe what the scientists and or the people who are repeating them, the echoes, the echo community, aka so-called Pan-Africans or whatever, they will try and keep you from knowing these things. They don't want you looking at these things. The Ankh comes from America. How did I know the Ankh comes from America? Because I found it myself. Because I drove over it myself. Because I got out of my car and touched it for myself. If anybody is talking about they're all into this stuff and they're American Indian or some Black Europeans or stuff, and they cannot tell you about these things. Or if you go to a powwow and you're talking to these mestizos and these Mongolians and ask them these questions, can you tell me about what's up with these things on the mountains? Can you tell me about these things? That's a clear cut connect and disconnect that they have from the land that they're portraying to be the progenitors of or being the original people of. I could show you in 2-dimension and 3-dimension. When did they see this stuff? Again, I shared this last time. They had an aviation meet. They had every single flying thing that could fly in the sky looking down on the earth. They even had a tour. So they're doing these things, right? So, okay, let me pull this one up before I get into this book. This book is really going to expose a multifacet of things. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Where's that? Oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. So this is a location that I traveled to, right? I've traveled to. I have a live video on my Instagram showing the area. You go to this area, and if you talk to any of the people around there that know about this stuff, there are a lot of people that know about these things, but majority of them will not talk to you. There are people that travel from all over the planet. They go to California, and you know what they'll say? Oh my God, the mountains are beautiful. And then they'll go on with the conversation. They're not going to tell you that, yeah, they know that this is what's going on, that this is what's happening, this is what they're looking at. There's no way anybody can tell me that some flat earth, magical mountains formed up, and they'll say some frequencies create mountains and some hyper scientific Taurus mountains are formed and it bubbles up and stuff. And look, we did a science project in a little lab. Bruh, we're talking about mountains. Not your little lab. Mountains. Grand scale stuff. So here, I traveled to this location. When I traveled to this location, let me show you what I found. Where is it at? All right, here we go. I'm gonna be a little quick because my time is short. I only have so much time on Earth, and I have to treat things accordingly. But I'm gonna make sure you get an understanding. When I travel to the location, right, this same thing that I am showing you on the screen right now, this is what you'll find. They have broke this. They do not want you coming here and examining this stuff and doing a whole tour. You understand what this is? You can't just chisel into this. Okay? But this is what they're going to show you. You see me, I want to search. I have the cave gear. I want to see it for myself. so I can write it for myself. So our people could get a real understanding that when we say that, man, this is our country, this is a great place to live, and everybody wants to come here, and there's so much more to it than we think. But I didn't settle for that. I went ahead and started climbing up the mountain, and I found this myself. They break our stuff up, what they can, and they take it apart. And the next thing you know, it's somewhere in Egypt. Next thing you know, it's in Angkor Wat. Next thing you know, it's in Shangri-La, India, or something. The Bharat, right? All right. They're breaking down these things, and they're taking the minerals out of it. And what we need to see is, well, let me clear this up too. I've been talking about mine manufactured, mass produced, everything we need, want, and use for a good decade. I've been talking about these things, explaining that we need to figure out how to manufacture our own stuff and do everything on our own. We do not need anyone. We are not babies. We do not need anyone. We do not need somebody to come validate what these things are. We do not need somebody to make sure we don't talk about this unless we use the way they want you to see it. No, we need to get into these places because when you get to this location, you're going to find minerals. I'm not going to say what specific minerals they are, but definitely we'll be setting up tours and setting up for people who want to dig, you want to find these certain minerals. They will be at these specific locations. You know, I travel around, I find the pyramids myself. This is a picture I took myself. All right, just giving a little understanding before I dig into this. So when I talked about Paradise Lost, I didn't really get into it last time. I explained a little bit of Enoch, just showing some pages here and there. I wanted to go right through it because most of you probably read these things. But as I live and breathe, there are times where I have to read stuff over and over because I have gained a greater understanding due to experience. I've gained a greater understanding, so I have to go re-examine these things. I have to go look at these things over and over again. So let me pull up the book. If y'all heard about Paradise Lost, we're going to go over it. I'm going to show you. In fact, let me show this again too, man. I showed this before. If you guys ever wonder where the Sphinx, the head of the Sphinx in Egypt, really came from, look at this. There's actually heads on the sides here too. Many destructions. You can see this clear as day, right? Then they destroyed the heads. This is actually more like a pyramid shape. You can see this. I'm not even gonna call it structure anymore. I'm gonna be completely genuine here with everyone. I'm not gonna play any games or make you wonder or try and think of what it is or no more games. It's 2022. It's time to push. It's time to push through, move forward, and really do stuff. You know, let's be the one who puts out a legacy. YouTube is cool, but let's be the legacy creators. Let's leave a legacy like, whoa, that was the one who did that. 1,000 years from now, they'll be talking about us. So we can stop because they have not destroyed everything. They've destroyed this. Then they have it looking like this. Again, you see? They have destroyed it. And then what do? We're going to take it to Egypt. So you're not going to come here, and this is in Arizona. It's not too far from the Grand Canyon, but it's not exactly in the Grand Canyon. All right, so let me show a couple more, man. Let me show a couple more before we get to it. Again, focused on Egypt. You see here, clear as day. You can see the mouth, the nose, and you can literally see that it has somewhat of what you would call an Egyptian headdress. This is the San Gabriel Mountains. Anytime anybody wants to come to California, I can take you to so many different places and show you so many different things. Not one of those people talking about Europeans black Europeans or calling themselves American Indian or any of these, none of them are talking about this stuff. Why don't they? That if you are a spiritual person or you're a person of all this information, you know all this stuff. Let me see, what was that? You would already know this. This wouldn't be new to anybody. Content creators. So if anybody's ever showing this stuff, I want everybody to say, we got to start doing this now. Hey, nah, hold on. Lotus was saying that. Nah, A1 was saying that. Nah, Chief Holiday was saying. Nah, Aboriginal Power was saying that. Why are y'all acting like this is y'all information? Now, this stuff is here. It's plain as day. Why am I the only one talking? Why is this new to a lot of our people? But I'm going to show you why. We've been put under a trance by these books. We've been put under a trance, and we've been dazed and confused by many books. Oh man, somebody sent me a cash app. Most appreciation, Milana. Man, I appreciate you. Most appreciation for your cash app. Let me show another one too. Let me show one more, man, before we get to this. Really, I have over 1,000 images of America focused on everything on the West Coast. But again, we had a brother on one time. I showed his image. He's like, man, that doesn't do any justice. My good brother out here, he goes to location where this is. He hops on his, what are they, Sea-Doos? Jet skis, I believe. I forget, but and they go around here and they know about this. A lot of people go around, and there's other places like this all through California. You'll see step pyramids. They've destroyed most of it and altered it as much as possible, but it's all over the place. It's all over. But okay. Really shouldn't be showing y'all that one because that one gives some people nightmares. All right, so let me take that off. All right, let me show the nice stuff. Friendly looking stuff. All right, so let's hear this book, Paradise Lost. This is going to really expose that when people show you some documentation talking about it was from the 19th century, and the writing is not like this, you can immediately shoot them down. Shoot them down as soon as possible. Don't let them talk anymore. So, okay, let me make sure everybody can see this. Okay, well, they can't see when I got that in front of it. All right. So this is a book called Lost Paradise. As a child, we didn't just have a Bible in the house. We actually have this. I showed it. Well, I put on a thumbnail the last one, and I put another book on a thumbnail, Purgatory and Paradise, on the book. And this is why I explained that we need to study the park rangers and the missionaries. They went all through America, seeing what they saw, and then they started printing these books about what they saw, and then pointing you over to Israel, saying this stuff happened in Greece, this stuff happened over there in Egypt. But they traveled here, wrote down what they saw, and had an agenda to make sure you get pushed somewhere else. So we got none other than, hold on, man, I got to make sure I got your intro in before you hop on here, man. Hold on.
I'm rose gold dip, money so blue it look like Crips. Work so good this shit gon' flip, sauce so strong this shit gon' drip, 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 drip. Dope so good these hoes gon' bite. All these bitches nigga, all this ice, everything now God drop be pipe, 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 pipe. Flex by what I made these niggas. Daycare center, I raised these niggas. Rose showers, I spray these bitches. Hate me, love me, don't make no difference. Backwood rolled up, nigga, I smoke. Trap girl with me everywhere I go. Cocaine flow, my shit so dope. All these D's wrap round my throat. TTG, I'm trained to go. Money over bitches, I don't love these hoes. IFDB, I fuck that bitch. CDC, cut that chick. No control, I don't play no game. Knocked up SD, hold my name. 4.6, I'm out of your range. Nigga Bruce Lee kick like a young Luke Kane. Like, whoa. Yeah, hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Corner stove, hustle, yeah, I work that stove. Got it at the pot, yeah, I work that stove. North Guard nigga, boy, I birthed that coast. Still in my style, can't work no more. Uptown nigga, boy, I made that swag. Mask up on you, come take that bag. Real true hustle, I'ma make that bag. Real street nigga, I don't play like that. All the way live, baby girl, I'm a real one. Bloody girl, when you go OJ Simpson. I don't play with these niggas, better check my pen. Mexico flag, better check these trenches. Feeling like Gucci, all my children. Nigga ain't with it, you might as well kill him. Nigga ain't gang, I'm feeling. Cut a nigga hand off, bitch, keep stealing. You went in the whole shoe with me. Who talk that dog fool at me? I was in shootout after shootout with them niggas cross the street. These niggas all off a beat. I made it all off a D. But till a nigga dead or they bust my head, we don't call off the beef. Now good. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Danielson. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, we can't forget also 111 Truth too, man. But we got the one and only the GOAT, the Billy Goat, the Huckleberry of the community. Supreme Chief Holiday in the building. But once again, too, there you go.
Low tie. Hey man, I want to say peace to my brother, Lotus Civilization, aka Jason Voorhees, man. Hey man, y'all don't know, man. This guy right here is like the worst nightmare, man. He's the scholar's teacher, you know what I mean? So I want to say shout out to this brother Lotus, man. He's everything that you're doing, man, the work you're doing, man. I like giving people their flowers when they can smell them, man. So definitely give your roses, man, while you can smell them. For the brother Lotus Civilization, man. All the hard work and everything, man. Staying strong, man. Another chisel is here in the Mount Rushmore. So I want to let y'all know that, man. So shout out to the brother Lotus Civilization, man. Go ahead and put his face on up there too, y'all. So shout out to Lotus, man. But I want to say peace and paradise to all the American Aborigines. Supreme Chief Holidays in the motherfucking building. I want to say peace to everybody, man. It's your Sahab. And I come in peace, y'all. I really do, man. I really do. I come in peace, man. I want to say shout out to everybody, man. Lotus, you already know, man. Dropping heat over here. Yeah, I know, man. We are getting ready for another Aboriginal horror show coming soon, man. Yeah, we're just gonna be dropping these things all the time, man. I'm letting y'all know, man. Y'all know the American Bully's coming. A1, he's charged up, y'all. He's back in the game, man. So y'all gonna be seeing more exclusive content, man. More content coming, man. Even after this, man, we're gonna be dropping some more content tonight, y'all. We're just gonna keep applying pressure, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. We're just gonna keep applying pressure, man. Information, inspiration, you know what I'm saying? Everything, man. I don't know what more to tell y'all, man. I told them, hey, y'all mad at me, something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. I don't know what more to tell you, man. We the people's champs, man. And I want to say shout out to all the great ones out there, man. We definitely appreciate you guys, man. Hey, man, if you truly are descendants of the greatest people on planet Earth, press go. Shout out to all American Aborigines, man, and peace to our ancestors, man. The greatest people, man, that gave civilization to the world, man. So I want to say peace and love to everybody, man. Hey, Lotus, man, what you got going on, man? What you over here cooking up, man? What's happening, man?
Oh, man. Man, giving them hell, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we got so-called Pan-Africans bringing on so-called Indians. and they make it seem like that's all that our community is, and that person is not even a part of the community at all. In fact, is a total informant, and it gives us the bad impression of a lifetime. So when we see people coming on to debate Pan-Africans, we have to look at it like this. They're taking away from what people like 111 Truth, the Toxinist One, Aboriginal Power, You Yourself, Aboriginal TV, and everything that we put up is to take away and break down everything that we have built. These things are to totally destroy. Now, I really don't have issues with Corey Mayo or Dan Calloway, but I noticed that they are not rocking with us. And how the situation went, we can remove the disagreement and just look at the information. They're not putting out information like we are. Like me showing this book, I'm not showing this book to validate this book. I'm telling you that they made this shit up after they came to America and saw what they saw, riding on flying contraptions and different ways to get in the sky and look down. They thought that they were shooting rockets in the air to try and get into space when they had cameras facing down at the earth. But we're not getting that from the people who are seen as to be the pinnacle of our community. And it's starting to frustrate the hell out of me. And it's like everybody needs to get on accord and make sure they know that they are not a part of what we're doing. What we are doing is totally different. We're not here for no damn likes, no damn, subscribe if you're a part of the community, but we don't want a whole bunch of subscribers. I was taught that majority of the people on the planet are not going to move in the way that we move. It's myself. I was told, hey, look, most of the people are not aware and awake and conscious or whatever we want to call it. So they're not going to see things the way you see it. And when you talk to them, you can see that they're stuck in the position that they are. I understand that the people who are getting all these hundreds of subscribers and all hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they are appealing and appeasing to the masses. What we're doing is not for the masses. We're a real movement. We are actually connected and communicate with each other. We know what's going on with each other. Some of us get in arguments and fights because we're like brothers and sisters. They're not like brothers and sisters with the people who are subscribed to their channel. The people who are putting all the damn likes on their videos. They have no connection to them at all. And it frustrates the hell out of me. It really does. It frustrates the hell out of me. So, even like I mentioned, like I'm a globe denier, but I love the flat earth community. Before the flat earth community really blew up, I was talking about flat earth and hollow earth and how we need to remove ourselves from believing in a globe and all that. I'm talking about 2009, 2012, and I'm recorded saying it. Well, can't show some of it because I'm blocked from showing some of those things. So it's not like I'm separating myself from my flat earth brothers and sisters. I'm actually rocking with y'all, but there's a missing piece to it because as well as, Dan Calloway and Corey Mayo, the other one, Bro Sanchez, he's for the appeasing and appealing. He's not connected to all his viewers and subscribers. He's not connected to them. There's no way he's connected to them. I mean, if now we can talk about if these people really have all these viewers and subscribers and all that, we can talk about that. But even if they did, they have no connection to them. So we actually are connected. We actually like have love for each other here. We operate like relatives. We're not operating as, ooh, did you subscribe? Did you buy my book like Umar Johnson? Did you send me some donations for my school? I don't want to talk to you no more. That's how I see everyone else. But I see that we're starting to progress more as becoming something. So it's like, it's hard to not talk about them, unless they come on the channel and try and talk. But it's hard. It's hard to really push through and reach those others who need to wake up and see that, bro, we really are a part of something. I could really see us coming together and those that have a lot of stuff going for themselves and buying and building our own city. You know, buying or building our own city. I prefer building our own city from scratch, but I can actually see something like this happening 5-10 years down the road. I could see our grandchildren coming together like, yeah, our grandparents or our parents were really, they were on YouTube connected like this. I can see this, but I can't see that. I even throw HOK in there. I can't see that with House of Consciousness. I can never see that with Garfield or Rob Bourne or what they're doing. I can't see that with Dan Calloway, Corey Mayo, or even Bro Sanchez. I cannot see that happening. I do not see that at all being the direction they're going. They're here for the fame. They're here to be famous. They're not here to connect with you. So I'm here to connect. You know, I want progress.
Hey, check this out, bro. I'll make them famous.
That's right. Hey, some of them need it. And this is not for the soft-skinned.
There's other copper flies too, called daisies. Gonna be pushing up daisies. Only metaphorically, I got hugs and daisies.
Yeah, the huckleberry. But it's needed. You know, this is not for the soft-skinned at all. This is not for the soft-skinned. And I noticed that those people who have all that have very, very delicate, dainty ass soft skin. That shit crazy. It's really mind-blowing. You know, it's really mind-blowing, man. But that's my input. You know, I've been frustrated as hell coming in 2022. Like, damn, man, this is where we're going. And then to see we got little rats and rodents and lot lizards coming out to make sure they can extinguish what we're putting together and what we're building. They want to make sure that no one listens to us. And they are coercing with the so-called Native Americans groups. We don't care about them, but they're reporting all our videos. They're the ones that want to shut our channels down, and they're communicating with them. So this has become a big problem. Now, I really don't care about centrics. If you're an Afrocentric, a Eurocentric, a Indian Krishna-centric, if you're into the Buddha-centric, centrics, that's fine. That just means like you're really into what you talk about. But when you throw pan in front of your shit, man, I'm going to just say, I've been putting it out lately, use a homosexual, or use a lesbian, or use a bisexual, use a LGBTQ. Anybody talking about they a pan anything is a damn, I almost said it. I don't want to get no strikes on.
Hold on, can I tell you a disclaimer?
Yeah.
Hey, the views and opinions expressed on Supreme Chief Holiday in any affiliate channel, or the views or any guests that come on, are all, because we are free thinking motherfuckers over here. So we allow all thought patterns over here. So just wanted to point that out or whatever. So we wanted to say that we are Americans and we believe in the freedom of speech. So I wanted to say that, y'all. So that's my disclaimer, y'all. So shout out to everybody. Press go. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right. I almost went there. I gotta make sure I don't drop no F-bombs or nothing. But I mean, it's so true. And that's what really drove me out of the community of being associated with those who are comedic and whatever, you know, but that's them. So when it comes to these books and these writings, you know, I'm not trying to totally knock down the Bible or well, if it comes to the Quran, yeah, I have a major issue with the Quran. I have a major issue with the Torah. But when it comes down to what's written, you know, right now today with this stuff, I'm going to say it again. They came to America and they did what they did, and they were able to see what they saw due to park rangers, missionaries, and then the mud floods, and they dug up the mud, and then here come the world fairs, and then they're taking the stuff out, and tourist attractions are popping up all over the world. So when it comes to this specific book, let me get back to the info. When it comes to this specific book, If you could see it, I don't know. Can you see it, Chief? Paradise Lost. I just want people to catch this.
Yeah, I see
Man,
the page.
Perfect. Look at how the writing is. I'm going to read it. It says, of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree, whose mortal task. You see that? T-A-S-T, task. I don't see that in any of those slave narrative nonsense they're trying to show me, or the chicken scratch. But anyway, whose mortal task brought death into the world, in all our woe, with loss of Eden, till one greater man restore us, and regain the blissful seat, sing heavenly. You see how the word heavenly is written?
Hey, what year is this supposed to be written in, brother? What year is this supposed to be written in again?
This is like 1897, 1890. This is all stuff like 120 years ago. But they'll say it was written. Let me show you what.
Well, the reason why I say that because it's almost 1900, right?
Yep. Look at the date they put up. 1667.
Wait. What do you mean? They said it's written in 1667 or 1897. Which is it?
Yes. They'll say that this was written in 1667. That's what they'll say. But when you look at the copyright, the copyright is 1997, University of Oregon. And then when you dig into where they got it from, it's somebody who wrote it in 1897, in the 1890s, in 1910 or something. It's going to be something within. It's not going to be older than 150 years. You're not going to find a 150-year, 200-year-old book with any of this type of writing. It's the funny S. You see the funny F right here? They used to try and sneak that in, like, oh, that's old because it got the funny S. It looks like an F. Nah, man, that's new.
I mean, it's not modern right now today, but it definitely has a time. It has a time stamp on it, right? Hey, man, what do you say to people that when we say, okay, listen, certain words didn't exist in a time period, and they say that you guys are using in the colloquial term, or they're using the colloquial term, and for today, what do you say to that, brother?
Man, that's just a way of speak. That's just a way of talk. They try and use the colloquial term to try and make you not use the original phraseology or the proper phrase for what it is. Now, I specifically attack them in a scholastic way, and I'll say, no, that's a neology. It's when you're taking a word from its original meaning and then creating a new meaning for that word. So people can say a word and just be like, oh, no, that's a colloquial. This is the way we say it today. Well, I mean, damn, I could say ass fart in the mouth means you drank a cool glass of Kool-Aid, but your ass, I'm saying I could make up anything then. You know what I'm saying? The ass fart in the mouth means you had a cool glass of beer. But I can do that because it's a colloquial term. So it's sick. I really get pissed off when people try and do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really dumb, especially when we're talking about history. It's not like we talk, you know what I mean? We're literally talking about history, y'all, and what they were talking about. So even when we pull up, we have the pleasure to be able to pull up old, throwback videos of the greats, right? Dr. Martin Luther King, I never heard him say nothing about being an African. Now, I have heard him say when we came here on these shores in chains, I don't know who he was talking about at that time period or whatever. But also, I've also heard him say we were exiled on our own land. You know what I mean? So once again, who taught him how to teach? Who taught him how to speak? What school did he go to? And of course, when you trace all these things, you know what school he went to and where he learned this stuff at, because they wanted to be like Martin Luther. You understand what I'm saying? And from their understanding, Martin Luther was a pale skin and came through that system. So that automatically lets you know the mind frame of his father, and then by default him. Y'all follow me? What the fuck, nigga? Nah, I ain't no Michael Jr., nigga. I ain't no Michael Senior, nigga. I'm motherfucking, you know what I mean? The angel, fuck the angel, nigga. I want to be this motherfucker right here. You follow me? The nigga that you see what I mean? And so just think of the mind frame of a motherfucker that think like that. The Richard Allen motherfuckers. These that timestamp in history during the revolutionary time, motherfuckers that was behind the traitor shit of our people. Period. And why we in this position today, and the same people are still doing the same shit, I think is incredible to me, y'all. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know about nobody else, but for me to just outside looking in, looking at the dumb shit, say, wow, that's crazy that the people accept that. And when we know Steve Coakley's, you know what I mean? Like, would Steve Coakley accept Brother Jabari?
Hell nah. I personally know he wouldn't. Hell nah, he wouldn't. Jabari is
What about Dr. Khaled
full.
Abdul Muhammad? What about Dr. Khaled Abdul Muhammad?
Hell nah. He'd probably shoot him. Get this. Yep, I almost said it again. No, my bad. Let me take that back. I know he wouldn't shoot him, but I know he would not try and associate with him or try and hang out. He wouldn't be invited to his house. I know that at all. He wouldn't be sitting on his couch, you know. Any way possible.
Look, check this out. I'm not even going off nothing but the information that he has provided, that he is a consultant for Golden Sachem and the same Russian operatives that he tried to say that we are. That makes him a Russian operative if he's on their payroll, correct?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, listen, y'all. And when they do a research in history, right, and they're gonna be talking about this plan is back 100 years now, whatever, and they're gonna be like, yo, this guy literally said this out of his mouth. Nobody had to reveal it for him. Now we got niggas around here literally, y'all literally talking about niggas as Masons, right? Why at the same time going on the Masons channel, right? Calling them uncle, and then saying that his people are the lead Masons, lead Boule motherfuckers on the planet. I think, yo, and then turn around and be like, but y'all all Masons and y'all bad people. Like, y'all smoking crack. That's it. Ooh, I didn't know crack was in 2022.
Damn. Yeah, they still doing that. Damn. I thought they moved on to some oh man, you're gonna have me say too much. Yeah, but it's all bad, man.
You were saying a whole lot of shit tonight. What is happening? You okay over there? The king of mestizos is mad, y'all. The mestizos got it mad as hell out here, y'all. Hey, y'all mestizos need to step y'all game up, man. Pay homage to the king of the mestizos right here, man. That's the Lotus civilization, man. Come on, man. Y'all ain't paying him no mind. Hey, Zo, I think you might. Yeah, Zo, you might not pass the brown paper bag.
That's rough. Yeah, Mestizos better start contributing.
Yeah, Zo, you might have to get on over there with the king of the mestizo, man. He needs your help, man. He needs your help. Hey, DJ, you already know you gotta get your ass over there. You already link y'all up. All right, get on over there. Y'all need some help out here, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna link y'all up with Shamar Moore, though. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna link y'all. Y'all need to attract some more mestizos into y'all group, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother, A Supreme Chieftain in the building. Hey, bro, I want to interview, man. I want to introduce you to the people. Again, a lot of people that don't know this brother. Good brother, man. Once again, man, y'all, we are lovers over here, man. And anybody that's with truth and justice, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors, man, we standing with them, man. So this brother's a good brother, man. I definitely, sometimes, man, y'all, you talk to people, man, and, they let you know how they, you could feel that tortoise feel. Since we doing, flat power. Shout out to flat motherfucking power out there. You know what I mean? Like, man, you're a hater, man. You a hater, man. I told you gonna pull dreads out of retirement. Shout out to dreads.
I haven't seen dreads in a while.
Yeah, piece of the guy, man.
Hey, look at this stuff.
He changed his name, man. I think it's like Truth Uncompromised, something like that. But he changed his name of his channel and stuff, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. Piece of dreads, man.
I used to piss dreads off, man, because I'll say something that make them like, oh, damn, I got to go back to the drawing board on that. Yeah, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I should tell them, like, y'all better start challenging NASA, not just talking about it. Like, you got to show me, like, y'all really challenged them. And none of them wanted to, you know? So that's why it was a group of us that broke away. It was a dude called 1111 Truth. And we, like, kind of broke away from the whole Bro Sanchez situation. And we started knocking out the shields. Start knocking the shields off the board. And apparently we got shields in the community, man. Well, they're they're not really part of the community. They're not, but they are shields to make sure that if you want to look up this information, you're gonna be pointing to them. But man, that's good to see Dreads still out there doing this thing. I still got love for Dreads, you know what I'm saying? Had a little couple arguments or whatever. Nothing big. Hey, but trip on this, Chief. Look at this. Hey, remember I was telling you, like, man, they wrote this recently. Look, Spider-Man wrote this under the Creed Church near Aldgate and by Roberts Bowser, or I can't see that. At the Turk's Head. I can't make out some of this stuff. But this is the writing. This is the writing right here that they'll try and say is from the 17th century. And this is how they trick you. But you see it under here. It's a facsimile edition from Fletcher in 1945. So even with the slave narratives, that we'll be thinking like, oh man, that's from the 19th century. They made it up. It's really from like some 1940s, 1920s type stuff. But yeah, let me bust this out real quick. Let me bust it back out. I'm gonna read a couple of these. All right, so that on the secret top of Oreb or of Sinai, didst. Now you see this word D-I-D-S-T, didst. All right. Inspire that shepherd who first taught the chosen seed in the beginning how the heavens and earth rose out of chaos. Or if Sion Hill delight be more in Silo's brook that flowed fast by the oracle of God. I'm really not trying to, I actually can't, I'm trying not to make fun of this stuff as I read it because I make fun of Shakespeare stuff all the time. But I really wanted to get this in so you can see the connection to the mountain and the mount and the mounds. Look, invoke thy aid to my adventurous song. So they're going around here singing their little merry, okay. That with no middle flight intends to soar above the Ionian Mount. Soar above? They're talking about flying. While it pursues things unattempted yet in prose of rhyme. Really. And chiefly, they even got chiefly up in there. Thou, O spirit, that doused. You see, D-O-S-T, doused. I want y'all to catch these words, y'all. Now, next time they show you some slave narrative and they're not using these certain words and then it's not printed like this, it's probably not even really from the 19th century. Some 20th century nonsense. So doused, prefer before all temples. See the TH, it doesn't have the E there. Upright heart and pure, instruct me, for thou knowest. You see how knowest is? Thou from the first wast percent, and with mighty wings outspread, dove-like sattest, brooding on the vast abyss, and maddest it pregnant. What in me is dark illumined, what is low raise and support, that to the heighteth, look how this is. Look, heighteth of this great arrangement. I'm sorry, I'm messing up these words, y'all. Hold on. Of this great argument, I may assert the eternal providence. Or is it thy? Nope, they have the Y for thy on here. Providence, and justify the ways. Look at that. of God to men. So I really don't have to read no more. This is just so people can get an understanding. Y'all can go look at this stuff. It really gets confusing if you do not understand how the early 20th century and 19th century stuff was written down. This stuff will have you confused. I used to challenge my friends to read this stuff, to read 10 pages of this and tell me that they understand everything that they're reading. And this is how I knock down all those slave narratives, because if it's really from the 19th century, this is how majority of the stuff was printed. They're not printed like that when you go look at some, what's the guy? Newport Gardner. Who's the other names that Rob Warren mentioned? When they mention all this stuff on all these different writings from these times, none of it looks like that. But when you go look at the stuff that's really printed and you go into these libraries with these books that are actually from the 19th century, you'll see that the writing is like that. So at the same time, I'm just showing everybody Paradise Lost. Most of the stuff is talking about the mountain or some type of connection to volcanoes and stuff, or something relevant to the way what I'm sharing tonight. It's more connection to that. It's more of people like recently traveling over here to America and describing what they're seeing, and then they slap some date 1667 on it and have you really believe that this was written in 1667. So when you go look at the Bible, you'll be like, this has that same type of wording. Then why doesn't any of the slave narratives, why doesn't the Black European writings have this? Why isn't the so-called Mongolian mestizo stuff? Like, why are they not? The stuff should match up to looking like this. And there's other books too that'll have this type of writing, and you'll see that it's really like some after 1880. Most of the stuff is after 1880. But they're talking about these mountains. They're talking about what they're seeing now. It's not some mystical, magical prophet shaking a tube talking about alchemists in the 14th, 15th, and 16th century. These are people writing this stuff recently and then putting it on somebody in the past. And they're writing code names and pseudonyms and all this other type of stuff. Let me see what other part that busted out, though. Hold on. I see everything. I understand. Let me see what else. I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to share, so everyone could see that. I really want everyone to check this stuff out for yourself. This is so-called the book before the battle in heaven and all this stuff, or during the battle in heaven. So look at this, adamantine chains and penal fire, who durst defy thee. Yeah, it has to be the omnipotent to arms. Like, come on, 9 times the space that measures day and night to mortal men. He with his horrid cray lay vanquished, rolling in the fiery gulf confirmed. Like, look how this stuff is written, man. I'm still yet to see a slave narrative that can be validated to really be from the 19th or let alone 18th century. So to the ones that are talking about Black Europeans and all this stuff, they supposedly spoke like this. But when you go read, people who claim to be descendants of King James and all that, you're not going to see the writing necessarily like this, but they'll slide in some stuff to really make you think. But when you look at the stuff that was printed after 1880, this is the way it was printed. This is the press. So we have to think that the presses that they're using, the printing presses that they're using, are designed this way. You might have a press that has a whole word or letter for letter. There's different type of press. It's called removable press. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but this is to show that they went to America, they saw what they saw, and they wrote these things down to make you make you believe that you come from over there in Israel, that you come from over there in Egypt, and you come from over there in Greece or Mesopotamia, aka Mesopotato blight or Mesopotato head nonsense, and you're really under the impression that stuff is over there, but it's stuff from over here in America. Again, that's from Paradise Lost. Y'all go check it out, read it. It'll be confusing before it makes sense. You might have to get a Rosette Thesaurus or encyclopedia or something, because some of the stuff is just bizarre in the way it's written. And if you talk to somebody like that, they'll think you insane, especially today, because the way English is today. And that's the argument that I would have with many people. So I'm giving one of the keys to really distinguish authentic 19th century, late 19th century press stuff. And that's not even saying that stuff is real. That stuff sounds like poetry. And it even says poem. This is poetry. These are comedies. This is not some real life story happening. These are people describing something. And there's no way somebody could say, Adam and Eve lived 6,000 years ago, and this is how they spoke. If anybody says that, man, to knock it down automatically. But this is key to the stuff I'm showing, that they created these things, and then they said the woman riding the beast, or as I showed, the dragon with the 7 heads and the 10 crowns and all this stuff. These are descriptions for what they saw here in America, but psychologically, and the spell that was put on us is to make us not want to be a part of it. And think, even if you don't know what you're looking at, your psyche, your brain is still picking up what you're seeing. So when you see an image like let me show this real quick.
Hey Lotus, I got a question about what you're doing before I forget, right?
Yeah.
When you're seeing these I call them translations, right? And what are they or the translations transitioning? You know what I'm saying? Because you get different editions, so it'd be different translations for different people too, right? Because if this book would have to be translated in a Chinese language, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, or whatever, or or what, like, by the time we get certain things, we don't get the original. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the Henry Equiano story. And once again, these are narratives. And what you pointed out, these are poems, these are narratives, and these are in the fictional section, just like Roots. You know what I'm saying? It's not in anything legal. That's another thing people got to understand. A lot of stuff that we believe comes from the fiction or the newspaper, which is fiction, it's fake news. And back in the days, the news was theater. I mean, still theater. It's still entertainment. It's in the entertainment section. It's theater. I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean?
It's a prime example right here.
But I'm saying the language, though. We're talking about linguistically, though. When we're talking about Old English, who was it originally? Like the original person that was speaking. Let's say, for instance, we're talking about, say, from the 1600s, right? The question I always ask is, okay, I even go back and further than that. Christopher Columbus, right? If this guy existed, right, he wouldn't have never been speaking English or Spanish, right? These languages did not exist. Okay. So with that being said, right, people have to say, okay, well, what did his mama speak? You know what I mean? And start asking real questions. What does his daddy speak? What are their names? Where did he come from? What's the village? Who's there? Do they have statues of them there? Blah, 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 right? Y'all got to start asking real critical questions, and then and keep asking questions till they answer until you get your questions answered. It's kind of simple. Like, why stop where they want you to stop at? Hey, it's right here. You know what I mean? You be like, okay, it's written down in the book, huh? Like, people are put down to say the Bible or the Quran, right? And I'm not saying to put these books down, because once again, it's a lot of wisdom. It's a lot of if you understand how to decipher things and don't see yourself as the loser and things all the time. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing. Once again, somebody took your story and put themselves in the winner of it. I'm Samson. and you're nothing. You know what I mean? And they're
yeah.
just not historically accurate, you know what I'm saying, to reality of anything, you know, not to knock anybody, just check the scoreboard. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do. Like, why are we acting like it's not a scoreboard, like it's a historical clock, like something that really happened. And we know, okay, also that somebody what they call whitewashed everything. We know people blackbird shit. We know people burn shit down. We know people all these things that we know that's just simple. Like that everybody that looks like us shouldn't even be disputing these things, right? And then now you got people coming and saying, you guys want to be Aboriginals in the Aboriginal community. It's people saying that, right? That's been riding this wave for years, right? Now they send back right after they just said last month, yes, I'm in the Aboriginal community, but then turn around and be like, those guys in the Aboriginal community, like as if he's not in the Aboriginal community. You know what I mean? Like it's just such a on the Pan-African community with Aboriginal banner on your forehead.
Right. And some Aboriginal
and then
socks.
they say, are you Aboriginal? No. Stop it. Like it's laughable. Everything that's going on, man. I'm never gonna get around Mr. Juneteenth. I'm never getting off of that. Yeah. Somebody got to explain that to me. Never.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all gonna have to explain to me, Pedro down in Costa Rica. Y'all gonna have to explain this to me. Talk about you gotta see. The cop out was the debate. Al Power was the genealogy stuff. That's the cop out. We're Americans. That's all we gotta say. Like, you know what I mean? I'm from Mississippi. It's enough said. I'll have to go back. Do I gotta say anything else? No. I don't think nobody else from Mississippi do. Like, nigga, I'm from Texas. Like, do you gotta say anything else? You from Arkansas? Like, think about it. Like, you really from Georgia? You be like, nigga, I'm from Georgia. You shouldn't have to say.
Nothing else.
Nigga, I'm from South Carolina. No more talk. Hey, everybody can't say nothing else. They be like, I'm gonna stop talking. Shoot. Ain't nobody.
Africa.
Hey, man, come on, man. Listen. You know what I mean? Hey, niggas in Chicago know they from Mississippi, Alabama. Niggas know this. It's not even like a thing. Like Detroit niggas be knowing. Them niggas still got their jerry curls right now. Right now. They don't even, bro, you be like, man, you still think you're in Mississippi. You're like, what the fuck is this? It's crazy. Come on, y'all play too much. Especially even on the West Coast, man. Shit, even out in Vegas. You run in the pockets of Mississippi all the time.
Wow. I mean, on the question you asked, with the Paradise Lost, prime example is Reverend Carey. You know, Reverend Carey wrote that in late 19th century. But the translation is, you know, like out of the poems and stuff, it's another thing. But when you have stuff like this here, what I have on the screen, they try and make it look like somebody really wrote this 300 years ago in 1776. Like, this is how people wrote and spoke in 1776. The name Biafra is an Igbo word, and they gave that to Nigeria in like 1970s, 1980s. Let me pull that up. So how is Biafra on here when Biafra, being a representation of a place in Nigeria, it didn't exist until like the after the mid 20th century?
Right. But people like these, I ain't gonna say their names, but y'all know the people that we talk about. They'll pull this up right here, right? See right here? Boom. And they'll be like, this is evidence. And we're slaves from Africa. It says it right here. Clear, right there, Chief. We're Africans. We're slaves. Right here. And they hear me. So, can I roll up on that? Hey, y'all stupid. Hey, man, I've never seen the most stupidest human beings ever in my life, though. Like, you know, it's kind of really weird, like, at this point right now. Like, you can't be this goddamn dumb when there's too much evidence out here. They like to understand that this is stupid right here. Like, I don't even do we have to even debate this? But the brother right here is breaking out certain words that's in here that didn't exist in this time. So they're writing words and putting it back into this time period. So Angola, Africa, Biafra, not 4.5 million blacks, right? So once again, it's blacks. So blacks, once again, all right. Let's add this up. The atom, black, blotted, bleach, right? But even if we talking about a system, if your ass was in chains, whatever reasons, right? I'm pretty sure that's you're gonna be a black, right? We're like, meet the blacks and this Jack Black and his people, they dusty asses. Fuck is y'all talking about, man? I can't believe this, man. I just be looking around like, really? Is this real? Is real? Hey, listen, I always say this right here. Think about how dumb they had to be coming here, right? Starving on the boats. You're on a boat, okay? A boat. Last time I checked, right? Yeah. Think about this. There's fish in the ocean, right? See the dumbness in that conversation?
Right.
Then you get to shore. You turn around after you just ate all the rats. You start eating on each other on the boat ride and everything. This is their story, right? You ate each other up and shit on the boat ride, right? you gotta start eating on yourself now. You know what I mean? You got a couple fingers missing and shit. You know what I mean? You got a nub now. And you finally made it to America, right? Right. Now you ain't got no skill set. You ain't got no connections or whatever. And motherfuckers just got over here and just starved to death, right? Starved to death. Then don't know. Look, the crab was walking out the water like, eat me, dumbasses. Put us in, boil some water. They didn't even know how to make boil water, go grow some shit. Nothing, diplomacy, nothing. Just squatters, just dummies. Then turn around and fish. Never fished on the way here. That's dumb. Hey, listen. Can y'all imagine us being just one of us in there, right? On the boat. Just one of us. This is that dumb. We on the boat, right? Hey, man, we just starving to death. Fish jumping out the water. Hey, fish jumping up on the goddamn boat, right? Niggas throwing the fish back in there. Get back in there, fishy. Fish like, eat me, motherfuckers. Hey, man, y'all can't be serious, man. Y'all can't be serious. Hey, Lotus, man, I sent you something, man. I need you to, you got to do it to the people tonight, man. This is going along with everything that you're reading. I just say this, man. I laugh not to cry, y'all. Like I said, this is tragic. This is tragic. But I get it. Word spells are real. Let's write it down. It's right there. I tell these fuckers all the time, burn y'all books, burn y'all PDFs, burn everything. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Is it either, obviously, you super dumb. Like they're going to write something down for you to liberate them, really. And they didn't start in kindergarten. It's just definitely not going to end. You get to your master's and your doctorate level. Like, I don't understand how this makes sense. Show me a success story. I'd be like, there you go, right there. But thanks. You know what I mean? I want to interview him. Show me. Can I get please somebody show me. We do this. Where they at tonight? Show me. Where's the program? Bunch of dummies. Fuck out of here. Not listening to that. Niggas is crazy. We're not listening to nothing y'all talking about. Nothing. Dumb diverses. Sheesh. It's a Papa Bull, Chief. We slaves. Look, right here is written down. It says Papa Bull. Really? What the Pope and them got to do with us here in America? Somebody tell me. Who cares? Show me your leader. Black power. White power. White power. White power. Hey, man, y'all so funny, man. It's really funny. It really is. This is sheesh. But you know what's crazy though, man? It's all on this shit. Just play the tape, play the beam footage. I wish I really could play everything I really wanted to play, y'all. I really do. Sometimes we'd be like rolling the dice, be like, oh shit, let's roll it. We can't play shit in private. They'd be like, I think it's interesting. Really, I really do. I don't know if you get anybody Before we get into this 3/5. Hey, so anybody ever seen that 3/5 human clause anywhere? Y'all 3/5 human out there? All y'all 3/5 humans. Shout out to y'all. Y'all 3/5 humans. Hope you the 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 3/5 of it is it's good 3/5. Shit. You got it, man.
Yeah, I'm about
back.
to put it on it right now. Yeah, I got it on the screen too. I had to do a little quick screenshot. I don't understand why people believe this shit, man. I just don't get it. I feel like maybe I don't understand. Why do people believe this shit? You know, just like that thing talking about Biafra and blacks and slaves, but then on the page before that it says the Slavs. You know, why do we believe this stuff? 3/5 compromise? Ah, hell no. Oh, hold on. I'm about to pull it up right now.
Hey, I want to say shout out to Master Meticulous, man. Peace to God, man. Shout out to supporting the Only Builders, man, and supporting the Dollar Challenge, man. Shout out to everybody else, man, that support us, man. I want to say thank you guys for tapping in, man. Think everybody's going to be tuning in later, man. Hope you guys get something out of this right here, because this right here is really important as far as the psyche of our people and something that we got to stop. Because I know some people still believe in this. Not you guys. You guys are smart. But it's one of the things that a lot of our people really believe in when it comes to this right here. It's a note on there too, man. I definitely need you to read. But yeah, I want you to get into this right here, man, and it's gonna blow your mind, Lotus. You know, but once again, this is it's in black and white. It's law, and this is what people ain't understanding. And we're gonna break some of this down. We did this last night, y'all, in the legendary Founding Fathers lecture last night, man, with the Thompson's one, man. It was really crazy, y'all. If y'all haven't copped that, man, y'all better go cop that thing. Onlybuilders2022@gmail.com, man. Get it raw and uncut. Shout out to A1, man. It was stupid. We'll get y'all a piece of it right here, live right now, man. Let's go. You're what you doing to that, Lotus? Say shout out to Suda Natural, Only Builders, Dollar Challenge, as well as A.V. man. Definitely appreciate that, man. You guys tapping in. That man, taking the Dollar Challenge, man. Peace to everybody, man. Tap in and everything we got going on, man. Hey, man, we got some shit coming, man. This right here is about to blow your mind, man. Lotus, you there, bro? I don't know if it's him or me. Yeah, press gold if y'all can hear me, man. Shout out to Saint Super in the building, man. Peace to the guy, man. It was a dope build last night, man.
Yeah, I got
hey, man, I seen Charlamagne them had Styles P and Havoc on there this morning, man. I see you, Super. Super always, you know, they do Super like me, man. You know what I'm saying? Super set the trend for the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of shit y'all see, man. Y'all just don't know, man. So shout out to the real humble dude, man, but just a genius, man. Just a legend, a living legend, man. Got to get you your living legend gear out there, man. Get you some 2 a.m. drip out there. Get you right. We get chopped up, man. We come out there for the tour, man. The Philly area, man. It's gonna be dope, y'all. I can't wait, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to take a tour of America, man, with y'all, man, and just tap in, man, from sea to shiny sheet, man. North, south, east, west, man. All the conjoining islands, man. And then, you know, do it again, and then maybe go to the rest of the world after that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everything on this bitch. So that's what I'm on, man. Hey, but you got the floor, man. Shout out to Mountain City in the building. Piece of the guy, man. Shannon Porter, Lou Era, Trimmer, ZPE. Say peace to the guys, man. Eighth Lion. Yeah, man, we in the building, man. See, on a J or Joy. Shout out to On a Joy. Man, no man's supposed to be called Joy. Like, my name is John Joy. Pookachu, what up, though? King Deezy. Peace to the guys, man. Young guys up in there, man. Ghetto Child Inc. Peace, world. Hey, man, I want to say, man, shout out to the God, man. Amani Bay, man. Peace to the Noble, man. He always holding us down, man. So, man, we love, shout out to all the OGs, man. They be holding us down, man. Really want to salute y'all, man. Wilmore Reed, man. You know, all the OGs, man. All the matriarchs, man. Even the ones that y'all never heard of, man. Like, don't never speak, have never spoken. Even the matriarchs that speak. You know what I'm saying, man? Shout out to all the OGs, man. And all the wisdom. You know what I mean? Then we got to get back to a lot of more like practical. Stop thinking like these Europeans and savages, man, and start thinking more like civilized people who gave civilization to the world, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So just want to say that, man. I want to say peace to y'all, man. All the great ones in the chat room, man. Let's go. See the assassin in there, man. Lady Legs, Sister Soul. Sister Soul's in the building last night for that. She was crazy. She seen that behind the back. Alley-oop. 360 slam dunk. Bronze flat power guys in the building. Yeah, man. Peace to the guys, man. Big Dog Philly OG. Zoe Hustle. Wolf Guy. Peace to everybody, man. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. Make sure I got everybody, man. Yeah, man.
I got to pull everything back up.
Yeah, man, take your time, man. Mr. Darkfly, brother number one, is in the building. See Nimrod in the building, man. Hey, man, hope you learning something right now, baby. Hey, Nimrod. Sheesh. Check this out right here, man. It's right here. You ain't gonna be able to refute this, man. And everybody else is gonna be listening to this, man. They be talking shit. Hey, man, I just wanted to let y'all know, man, y'all tuned in to the greatest of all motherfucking time. It's your Sahab. And I come in peace, man, but we're here for the ancestors, man, and putting on for our ancestors, man. So, you know, like I said, I put on for y'all, man. So it's the people champ, man, and we're doing our thing, man. Hey, man, y'all got one of the most dangerous minds right here. This guy right here, man, he thinks he's different. Something wrong with him, man. Juan Torres in the building.
Yeah, Nimrod can't say nothing about this.
JB, Don Ross, Vegas in the building.
Sit down somewhere.
Misa L, only the wise. Peace of the guys, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Tap in, man. Really do. What you say? Hey, man, yeah, they ain't ready for this.
Nimrod ain't ready for this, man. You can't
ain't ready for
this.
That's why I want you to do the honors, man.
You're going to have to get a spoon and take your eyeballs out. Otherwise, you're going to lie to yourself in the world. Try and refute this right here.
Yeah, man, it's all bad.
How you going to refute this, bro?
You had to do a 30-second commercial when you say this. Like, what the fuck? What? How? It's easy, man. You know, it's so easy.
How you going to refute that? Huh?
It's all bad.
Take notes. No comment. Just take notes. All right, let me pull up this
It's gonna be all bad,
3/4
man.
of the imaginary SpongeBob SquarePants. God damn it! I just said it. There it is. Anybody believing that some old 19th century, 18th century, 17th century writing was written down and looks like the writing of today, and you're gonna tell me they changed it to the colloquial? You lost your damn mind. I was talking about colloquial in 2013, making fun of it too, with a Rosette Thesaurus, not a dictionary, not an encyclopedia.
I mean, what does that got to do with history though, and etymology of words?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely.
And
colloquial
so that means
is the way people speak, not writing. It's about speaking, not writing. Colloquial terms.
But once again though, we heard a few blacks, but we did not hear no Africans. We don't see no African speaking people. Let's just say 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, 80 years ago. Further you go back, nobody was saying African. So that's a problem, because when they translate stuff, like when they see stuff like, descriptive terms like Ethiopian, for instance, or Egypto or Egyptian, right? They immediately assign that to a place that's on the continent of Africa right now. That wasn't there during that time period. So now you have some dummies. They say, "Oh no, that's the colloquial term," and you got to put words back in time period. Well, that's the same technology that the pale skins that are doing, and that means that you guys are not here for solutions. That means you're here to push their agenda, my nigga. And that's why we gotta kind of start like calling y'all out on that, man. Like it's hey Lex, you've been around too long, so I either you just really playing and like, but okay, well listen. Debate something else. Don't debate that this was here, and this is covering it up right here. The banners. This thing is covering up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to take it down right now. There we go.
Hey, was that Mount Rushmore? Come on. We'll get back to that. Yeah.
Nah, that's where they took the head of the Sphinx. Yeah, that's why the Sphinx keeps on weighing down on the stuff they put it on, because they took it from here in America. Oh, they thought I didn't know about that stuff back in 2013, 2014. This is conversations that I was having with people from over there in the continent. Yeah, I got it right here. Oh, man. All right, let me pull it up now. Man, as soon as I tried to pull up the 3/5, man, my internet it started tripping.
I mean, man, I told you, man, this is gonna hurt their feelings.
Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt their feelings. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna get around this right here. And I like to use that shit against them. They be like, this comes from the Library of Congress. This comes from this. It comes from here. Oh yeah? Okay. This is the Department of Interior. Oh yeah? Get out here. Get out here.
That page I just showed from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Okay, now I got it up. It says the 3/5 compromise agreement. How the hell is there a compromise agreement between delegates from the northern and the southern states of the United States? There was no such thing as the United States until 1890s. Dummies.
Wait.
1890s in Delaware.
No, you can't. Lotus, you cannot just, man, you ain't even read a goddamn sentence, dude. You can't debunk it before it even start. Goddamn. Like this guy, this is the part, this is too smart. This is what I'm saying. God, I'm telling you, this guy right here is too smart. But here's the part what he's saying. Oh shit. Yo, so the dates on this right here predate the dates that they're talking about. They're talking about some shit that's happening in the formation of not even 13 colonies at the time. Because you got to think about it, like, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to get back to that. But you just pointed it out just because you know the historical time of periods of these things. But they like to make us believe that this compromise happened after the Emancipation Proclamation, which is a little less than 100 years This is about 90 years prior to that. So I just wanted to point that out, y'all. Chris Goat, keep going, brother. You got it. I'm gonna try not to. You
All right.
did that, but I'm gonna try
Yeah, I
not to
know.
interrupt.
I
Bro.
did.
Go ahead.
I did. I jumped the
Go
gun.
ahead, man. You got it. No,
Let me
no,
start
you're
from the
doing your
beginning.
thing, man. We had to explain that though, why you said that to the people that you know what I'm saying, that, like Lex, that's just going over their head. Shout out all of the great ones in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. All right. 3/5 compromise agreement between delegates from the northern and the southern states at the United States Constitutional Convention in 1787. That 3/5 of the slave population would be counted for determining direct taxation and representation in the House of Representatives. Many of the founding fathers acknowledged that slavery violated the ideal of liberty that was so central to the American Revolution. But because they were committed to the sanctity of private property rights, the principles of limited government, and the pursuit of intersectional harmony, they were unable to take bold action against slavery. Moreover, the Southern founders, thoroughgoing embrace of slave-based agriculture and their deeply ingrained racial prejudice solidified the barriers against emancipation. That the Continental Congress removed Thomas Jefferson's statement regarding the injustice of the slave trade, and by implication slavery, from the final version of the Declaration of Independence, is emblematic of the founders' resolve to subordinate the controversial issue of slavery to the larger goal of securing the unity and independence of the United States. Yeah, I kind of messed up the by jumping the gun. They kind of, man, boy, oh boy.
No, it gets worse. It gets worse for them. Keep going.
Notwithstanding the initial disagreements over slavery at the Constitutional Convention in 1787, the framers of the Constitution continue to privilege the maintenance of unity of the new United States over the eradication, my bad, y'all, of slavery by resolving to again diffuse sectional tensions over the matter. As they went about creating a new scheme of government, the delegates from the small and large states were divided on the issue of the apportionment of legislative representation. Apportionment. These sneaky people, man. The Virginia or large state plan provided for a bicameral legislature with representation of each state based on its population or wealth. Man, let me blow this up. Let's keep making these mistakes.
So they're saying that they have a lower house and an upper house, and they're basing representation based off of population, correct?
Yep, population or wealth.
Now, what year is this?
It's 1787.
So this is the same time period. Man. This is the same time period that the United States Constitution is being. This is the convention for the United States Constitution. Am I correct? So this is just one of the parts that's inside this comes from the United States Constitution, y'all. Now I want to point out, and once again, I ain't gonna jump the gun yet. No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm like, right. This for election now. Everybody else knows what's gonna happen right now. So Next to them don't know what's about to happen. All right, let's go. Keep going, brother. You got it.
All right. The New Jersey or small state plan proposal equal representation for each state in Congress. Neither the larger nor the small states would yield, but the deadlock was resolved by the Connecticut or Great Compromise. Wow. With which resulted in the establishment of a bicameral legislature with proportional representation in the lower house and equal representation of the states in the upper house. Interesting. The matter of how to determine population was anything but trivial. Having failed to secure the abolishment of slavery, some delegates from the northern states sought to make representation dependent on the size of a state's free population. Southern delegates, on the other hand, threatened to abandon the convention if enslaved individuals were not counted. Eventually, the framers agreed on a compromise that called for representation in the House of Representatives to be apportioned on the basis of a state's free population plus 3/5 of its enslaved population. This agreement came to be known as the 3/5 Compromise. And here goes a so-called quote: representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union, according to their representative numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years and excluding Indians not taxed. Interesting. 3/5 of all other persons. It should be noted that neither the word slave nor the word slavery appears in this clause or anywhere in the unamended Constitution. I gotta read that again for the people who like pan in their butthole. It should be noted that neither the word slave nor the word slavery appears in this clause or anywhere in the unamended Constitution, granting slaveholding states the right to count 3/5 of their population or enslaved individuals when it came to apportioning representatives to Congress, meant that those states would thus be perpetually overrepresented in national politics. However, the same ratio was to be used to determine the federal tax contribution required of each state, thus increasing the direct federal tax burden of slaveholding states. Provision was also added to the Constitution for a law permitting the recapture of fugitive slaves, along with the recapture of fugitive slaves. What the hell are they getting at?
All right, so first off, let's figure this out, right? So first off, slavery is not in the Constitution, so we're gonna just let's put that on the table, y'all. So everywhere you hear slave, put family. Okay, family, perpetual families, family is house of slave. We're gonna pull that up after we finish this right here, right? But it's not done. This is not done, y'all. This is the Constitution. We're talking about the 3/5 human clause, right? We grew up on the human clause, 3/5 human clause, right? Dred Scott and all this other dumbass shit that we believe that's not true. It's fake. It's a myth. It's traitorous at this point. You know what I'm saying? But they still counted all of the family members when it came to taxation, which, right, not 3/5, right, that you wanted for for representation, right, because it would once again sway the national vote, right? The South would have too much power. Well, the South then was Virginia and maybe South Carolina. We had to go specifically to this time in 1787, what they're calling states at that time, right? Because we're gonna keep going right here. It's about to hurt y'all feelings. That right there is not. That's not even it. How about this? That's not even it. If you thought that was bad, wait for it. It's about to hurt. And this is the problem that they've been having. We've been teaching this for years. I say years. This is not in the Constitution. This is what Frederick Douglass talked about when the Constitution is not a slave document, it's a freedom document. There's no slavery, there's no such thing. There's ever been legal slavery on this land here in America, period. Now, enslavement is family members. We're going to get back to that. But I just want to say, so slave or slavery is not in the Constitution, right? Not in the 3/5 human clause, but they continue to keep talking about it as if it's in there. Y'all see how this works? You see the mind fuckery? So that's why your sahibs are here to walk y'all through this. Press go. Let's keep going.
Along with the moratorium until 1808 on any congressional ban against the importation of slaves, though in the meantime, individual states remain free to prohibit slave imports if they so wished. Is that right? State political organization of society, that's what I was waiting for right there, or the body politic, or more narrowly, the institution of government. Damn, the institutions of governments. The state is a form of human association distinguished from other social groups by its purpose, the establishment or order and security, its methods, the laws and their enforcement, its territory, the area of jurisdiction or geographic boundaries, and finally by its sovereignty. Damn. The state consists most broadly of the agreement of the individuals on the means whereby disputes are settled in the form of laws. In such countries as the United States, Australia, they really threw Australia in there? Damn. Australia, Nigeria, Mexico, and Brazil, the term state or a cognate also refers to political units that are not sovereign themselves, but subject to the authority of the larger state or federal union. When you read this with the mind state of law, oh my God, boy, you pan idiots are in trouble. Historical conceptions. What? Greek and Roman precedents. The history of the Western state begins in ancient Greece. You fucking kidding me? Are you serious, Chief? Plato and Aristotle wrote of the polis or city-state, the polis or city-state as an ideal form of association in which the whole community's religious, cultural, political, and economic needs could be satisfied. This city-state, characterized primarily by its self-sufficiency, was seen by Aristotle, as the means of developing morality in the human character. The Greek ideal corresponds more accurately to the modern concepts of the nation, i.e., a population of a fixed area that shares a common language. There goes that colloquial, cultural, and history, whereas the Roman res publica or commonwealth is more similar to the modern concept of the state. The res, let me say this right. The res publica was a legal system whose jurisdiction extended to all Roman citizens, securing their rights and determining their responsibilities with the fragmentation of the Roman system, the question of authority and the need for order and security led to a long period of struggle between the warring feudal lords of Europe. What in the hell? I'm gonna wait till the end. Machiavelli and Bodine. It was not until the 16th century that the modern concept of the state emerged. In the writings of Niccolo Machiavelli, Italy, and Jean Bodine, France, as the centralizing force whereby stability.
Wait. So,
Yeah.
wait, I just want to say something. So now they're saying it's the 1500s for them, right?
Right.
Okay, keep going. Now that goes back away from the Greek and the Roman shit, right?
They done went like a whole 1,500 years into the future.
There you
Of course,
go.
they didn't time travel back to the Greek time with Aristotle and all them the mystical, magical, make believe characters. And now we're to Niccolo Machiavelli and Jean Bodine.
Good book, yeah. The Prince.
Yeah, those are both actually.
Definitely get that in your library, yeah.
As a centralizing force whereby stability might be regained. In The Prince, Machiavelli gave prime importance to the durability of government, sweeping aside all morale considerations and focusing instead on the strength, the vitality, courage, and independence of the ruler. For Bodine, his contemporary power was not sufficient in itself to create a sovereign rule, or to create a sovereign rule must comply with morality to be durable, and it must have continuity, i.e., a means of establishing succession. Bodine's theory was the forerunner of the 17th century. Now he done hopped up a whole nother century. Doctrine known as the divine right of kings. Oh man, hot damn. Whereby monarchy became the predominant form of government in Europe. It created a climate for the ideals of the 17th century reformers like John Locke in England and Jean-Jacques Rousseau in France, who began to re-examine the origins and purpose of the state. Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. For Locke and Rousseau, as well as for Locke's English predecessor, Thomas Hobbes, the state reflected the nature of the human beings who created it. The natural condition of man, said Hobbes, is self-seeking and competitive. Man subjects himself to the rule of the state as the only means of self-preservation, whereby he can escape the brutish cycle of mutual destruction that is otherwise the result of his contact with others. I guess the colloquial terms weren't so fitted for those who they met. For Locke, the human condition is not so gloomy, but the state again springs from the need for protection, in this case, of inherent rights. Locke said that the state is the social contract by which individuals agree not to infringe on each other's natural rights. Natural rights. To life, liberty, and prosperity, in exchange for which each man secures his own sphere of liberty. Rousseau's ideals reflect an attitude far more positive in respect of human nature than either Hobbes or Locke. Rather than the right of a monarch to rule, Rousseau proposed that the state owed its authority to the general will of the governed. For him, the nation itself is sovereign, and the law is none other than the will of the people as a whole. Influenced by Plato, here they go, they didn't time travel. You got some okay, so Rousseau recognized that the state is the environment for the moral development of humanity. Man, though corrupted by his civilization, remain basically good and therefore capable of assuming the moral position of aiming at the general welfare, because the results of aiming at individual purposes is disagreement. A healthy, non-corrupting state can exist only when the common good is recognized as the goal. This is so-called Jean-Jacques Rousseau right there. Then you get Hegel. Man, they busting out, they name dropping in here. Hegel, the 19th century German philosopher George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel saw the sphere of liberty as the whole state, with freedom not so much an individual's right, but rather a result of human reason. Freedom was not the capacity to do as one liked, but was the alignment with the universal will toward well-being. When men acted as moral agents, conflict ceased, and their aims coincided. Excuse me. Subordinating himself to the state, the individual was able to realize a synthesis between the values of family and the needs of economic life. To Hegel, the state was the culmination of moral action, where freedom of choice had led to the unity of the rational will, and all parts of society were nourished within the health of the whole. However, Hegel remained enchanted with the power of national aspiration. He did not share the vision of Immanuel Kant. I haven't seen that name in a while. His predecessor, who proposed the establishment of a League of Nations to end conflict altogether and to establish a perpetual peace. Look at this weirdo. Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw. Okay. Bentham and Marx for the English. Hold on. Utilitarians. I know I'm saying that word wrong, y'all. Let me see something. Utilitarians of the 19th century, the state was an artificial means of producing a unity of interest and a device for maintaining stability. This benign but mechanistic view proposed by Jeremy Bentham and others set a precedent for the early communist thinkers, Karl Marx, for whom the state had become an apparatus of oppression determined by a ruling class whose object was always to maintain itself in economic supremacy. He and his collaborator, Frederick Engels, wrote the Communist Manifesto that, in order to realize complete freedom and contentment, the peoples must replace the government first by a dictatorship of the proletariat. Which would be followed by the withering away of the state, and then by a classless society based not on the enforcement of laws, but on the organization of the means of production and the fair distribution of goods and property. Here is caveman, Mr. Marx. Contemporary views in the 20th century and early 21st centuries, concepts of the state range from anarchism, in which the state was deemed unnecessary and even harmful in that it operated by some form or coercion, to the welfare state in which the government was held to be responsible for the survival of its members, guaranteeing subsistence to those lacking it. In the wake of the destruction produced by the nationalistically inspired world wars, theories of internationalism like those of Hans Kelsen and Oscar Echazel appeared. Kelsen put forward the ideal of the state as simply a centralized legal order, no more sovereign than the individual, in it that it could not be defined only by its own existence and experience. It must be seen in the context of its interaction with the rest of the world. Echazo proposed a new kind of state in which the universal qualities of all individuals provided a basis for unification with the whole society functioning as a single organism. And then the Connecticut Compromise, states history. Damn, I think tripping. All right, we lost Chief. In 1787, the convention met in the Pennsylvania State House in Philadelphia, ostensibly to amend the Articles of Confederation, the first U.S. Constitution, 1781 to 1789. The ideal amending the article was discarded, though, and the Assembly set about drawing up a new scheme of government. One area of disagreement between delegates from small states and those from large states was apportionment of representation in the federal government. Edmund Randolph, another name I haven't seen in a while. Edmund Randolph offered a plan known as the Virginia or Large State Plan, which provided for a bicameral legislature with representation of each state based on its population or wealth. William Patterson proposed the New Jersey or a small state plan, which provided for equal representation in Congress. Neither the large nor the small states would yield. Ellsworth and Sherman, among others, proposed a bicameral legislature with proportional representation in the lower house, the House of Representatives, the equal representation of the state of the upper house, the Senate. All revenue measures would originate in the lower house. The compromise was approved by July 16, 1787. And then we get to the constitutional politics and law. The Constitution is a body of doctrines and practices that form the fundamental organizing principle of a political state. In some cases, such as the United States, the Constitution is a specific written document. In others, such as the United Kingdom, it is a collection of documents, statutes, and traditional practices that are generally accepted as governing political matters. States that have a written constitution may also have a body of traditional customary practices that may or may not be considered to be of constitutional standing. Virtually, even state claims to have a constitution but not every government conducts itself in a consistently constitutional manner. And I gotta get all close up on this. The general ideal of a constitution and of constitutionalism originated with the ancient Greeks, and especially in the systematic, theoretical, normative, and descriptive writings of Aristotle. Let me see Chief back up in here. No, he's not. All right, in his politics, Nicomachean ethics, Constitution of Athens, and other works, Aristotle used the Greek word for constitution, politeia. Politeia. Y'all hear it? In several different senses. The simplest and most neutral of these was the arrangement of the offices in a police state. In this purely descriptive sense of the word, every state has a constitution, no matter how badly or erratically governed it may be. This article deals with the theories and classical conceptions of constitutions, as well as the features and practices of constitutional government throughout the world. For specific discussion of the U.S. Constitution, see Constitution of the United States of America. Damn, we even got the theories about constitutions. All right, this is a lot. Chief, where you at? Let me see some comments, see what's going on in the chat before I get to the theories of constitution. Yeah, DJ ZPE gets it. All right, I can't wait to Chief get back in here because I see where this is going. Aristotle regarded the mixed constitution as the best arrangement of offices in the polis. Such a politeia would contain monarchic aristocratic, and the democratic elements. Its citizens, after learning to obey, were to be given opportunities to participate in ruling. This was a privilege only of citizens. However, since neither non-citizens nor slaves would have been admitted by Aristotle or his contemporaries in the Greek city-states, Aristotle regarded some humans as natural slaves, a point on which later Roman philosophers, especially the Stoics and jurists, disagreed with him. Although slavery was at least as widespread in Rome as in Greek, Roman law generally recognized a basic equality among all humans. This was because the Stoics argued all humans are endowed by nature with a spark of reason by means of which they can perceive a universal natural law that governs all the world and can bring their behavior into harmony with it. I've read that so many damn times in my life. Roman law thus added to Aristotelian. It's Aristotelian. There we go. Now I can see it. Aristotelian notions of constitutionalism, the concepts of a generalized equality, a universal regularity, and a hierarchy of types of laws. Aristotle had already drawn a distinction between the constitution, politeia. There's a different way they pronounce it, but I like to be funny. The laws, nomoi, and something more ephemeral that corresponds to what could be described as day-to-day policies. That would be se fismata. Pismata. The latter might be based upon the votes cast by the citizens in their assembly and might be subject to fragment changes, but nomoi or laws were meant to last longer. The Roman conceived of all encompassing rational law of nature as the eternal framework of which constitutions, laws, and policies should conform. The constitution of the universe. Yeah, man, it should go into the influence of the church too. All right. Why can't I see all the chats? Why is my thing not showing everything? All right, y'all funny. All right, let's get back to it. You found this, man? Yeah. Hold on. Before I read more of this, man, that's way too much. Chief, where you at? Let's take a short music break, y'all, before we get into the religious part of this section. And I know just what song to play. Because I see a couple people in there, they're like, yeah, it was the Lombards. Yeah, we know. Because we were there. It was the Lombards. But there's a good brother out there by the names of Threads.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't legalized. Realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Realize. Yeah. Slavery was a long time ago. How? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our own land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much, they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Talking about America, pale-faced people, this ain't y'all area. Even up the playing field, bitch, I'm darn. How you a victim, bitch, you a Karen. Cognitive dissonance, you don't need sperm. You got white privilege, so you don't need sperm. Looking at my homeland, man, I can't believe her. Colonized came here, they ain't never leave her. Indians ain't die off cause we here. You ain't gotta lie, just say you won't be here. How you American but not indigenous? 400 years still ain't get rid of us. All Europeans and naturalized citizens. Made all the Indians niggas on the census. 1492 we was on the fences. Civil rights movement, we was so defensive. Black Wall Street, whites got so offended. Common law rights gave us amendments. Think I don't speak truth, that's alright. First slave 1619 was all white. 1200 wasn't no continent, all white. Europe named after a black woman, alright. Grafted, it come from us, do your research. Go within, quit listening to teachers. And a Nuki got voice coming out the speaker. Cut off trees down and made us weaker. Really they foreigner, the shit gets deeper. Whites don't know where whites come from either. I'm Aborigine, we come from the ether. Ruling over us in our land, that's evil. Being colonized right now, black people. Prisoner of the war, that's why it ain't equal. Wake up everybody, don't be no sheeple. Freedom ain't free, really freedom is illegal. And we can't get mad at this. Whites act like we can't see their advantages. Privileges real, they working in management. Low down dirty, but they calling us savages. They want you to think they above us. All white people are part-time judges. I ain't no racist, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no African, but they my brothers. Been lied to, I got built up anger. We built everything, still waiting on the savior. Don't call yourself black, please do me that favor. Black tourmaline will protect you from a hater. Listening to your oppressors is dangerous. Gave us a Bible and stole our nation. Said we couldn't read what we didn't know the language. Kept us on paper because we didn't see the danger. American Indian, keep the religion. Skin, copper color, look just like a penny. Wanted our land and you called us stingy. Ain't no Democrats that they gotta pay attention. We got ancestors, but the papers is missing. Kings and queens, we just can't remember. Remember who you are, just like Simba. Now they got a vax, we don't want that in us. George Washington is the ninth president, look it up. United States only 10 square blocks, look it up. White people really the minorities, look it up. Courtrooms don't got authorities, look it up. You want me to say stop governing me? Gave me a straw man, it's really not me. Why you don't keep it 100 with me? Why Trayvon Killer still walk around free? Made this song for the truth, don't hate it. History was told in reverse, I've stated. We still oppressed, somebody gotta say it. I'm taking out of school, that's the reason I made it. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. History, it's his story. It ain't my story. History, it's his story. Probably ain't your story. History, it's his story. It's his story.
Yep, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I didn't know it was this long. Like, damn, I got down to the Christian part there. You missed like two sections.
Okay.
How much more after this? Because this is a lot. I gotta get back to working.
No. We ain't even gotta get into that. I just want to wanted you to go back up to that part that you read about slavery not being in the original Articles of Confederation or the amendments. That has to be talked about when there's formation of American law. And unless they have amended the Constitution for slavery, slavery has always been illegal here in America for us. Let's just talk about it. Now, I sent you some words that we're gonna have to pull up for some of the people that are new, and it's gonna blow your mind, but we got to talk about it. I definitely want to pull up the word family. Once again, I made the claim that family is what they're talking about when they're talking about 3/5 in the clause, right? When they're counting family members, and this is how you're gonna relate to yourself when you're tracing your genealogy. And then you're looking at your records and saying, wait a minute, this man owned my great-great-grandmother. So then you're going to, in your mind, you're going to automatically think your great-great-grandfather, right, is a pale-skinned European looking like Kevin Costner fucking on your grandma, man. And that's why y'all kind of light-skinned and shit. That's all psychological warfare. Hey, I'm taking from the king of mestizos right here. He's going to take it. Everything I'm saying is facts. It's no shame. It's no nothing or whatever. We fucked on. We did the fucking. We the fuckers. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Perpetual fuckers. Like we do the fucking. We don't get fucked on, y'all. So then y'all know. So whatever y'all, and I can prove this, but don't make me do it tonight. Don't make me keep doing y'all like this. This is a celebration. You know what I'm saying? Of awakening for our people. You know what I'm saying? What you got here? Let me see what you got here. What you got right there?
Yeah, I'm almost back to it.
Shout out to Threads 3000. I call him 3 Stacks. Shout out to 3 Stacks. Peace to the God, man. You already know.
Oh shit, I passed it. Damn, I forgot what part it was. Yeah, that was a lot of reading I just did, man. That was way too much.
Yeah, you. I just thought I was letting you go, man. You're gonna get the nerd shit. I just let you go. Me is at the top.
Yep, I'm at the top.
You got it.
The specific part where it said like this, but the word slave is not in the Constitution.
Yeah, it should be noted. Yeah, that slavery is not in the Constitution, the original Articles of Confederation or the Constitution. I just want it to be known. And then don't make me go to the British archives and show y'all that they don't have it in theirs either. prior to that or anything. And they're also going to show you that all this colonization stuff y'all talking about is fake. But we're going to get back to that too. We are the fuckers. Remember I said we the fuckers? Shout out to all the fuckers out there. Is that it right there? I had a screenshot of that particular part, but
the slaves a long more time.
I can't see it. It's a little. Yeah, you might.
Part it was in.
Terrible. Hey, trivia question for the night. Trivia question for the night. In 1887, how many states were a part of what is called, they're trying to call the United States of America, or their 13 colonies, or actually it's not 13 colonies, because if it was 13 colonies, right, so then you have to assume that it's still 13 to 14 states, right, in 1887. Is this a fair assumption for us, brother? Can we give them 13?
13 states.
Right.
Along the East Coast.
Some of those are northern, some of those are southern, right? In the 13 states. And according to them, southern would be more of the 13 states and have more people. So even in their 13, niggas outnumbered them. And that's why they were trying to get rid of niggas in the 1800s and was banning importation of niggas coming out of Texas, niggas coming out of Tennessee. Tennessee wasn't in there yet. 1787. Like, it was 1787, y'all. This is 1787. That's not really that far going back either. Right, so we got to think about it. What's that? I'm about to prove my point.
I found it.
You got it? Let's go.
Yep, right here. It says the Continental Congress removed. Hold on. Yeah, my shit going slow as hell right now.
I'm glad you guys appreciate this, man. We definitely appreciate you guys, man, tapped in, man. And hit that like button if you haven't, man, and share this on anything that you can share this on, man. Appreciate it, man. We really do. I'll say peace and love to everybody that's righteous. Peace to all the good people out there, man. We appreciate you guys.
And they got my screen freezing up. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, it says that the Continental Congress removed Thomas Jefferson's statement regarding the injustice of the slave trade and, by implication, slavery from the final version of the Declaration of Independence. Where's the part where slavery is? It's crazy. Just read it. Man, I just had it.
You might have to go to the screenshot. I emailed it to you.
Yeah, let me take that down real quick. You know what it is? It has a lot of pop-ups and everything, man. That shit probably gonna give me a virus.
Oh, this is Encyclopedia Britannica too, by the way.
Okay.
And keep in mind, 1792.
It's just me?
It's food cooking. What do you expect? You got me in here.
Yo, hey, mute your mic. No tie. Shesha Manga.
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay. Shesha Manga Banga. I think it's the Shesha Manga Banga.
Said it should be noted that neither the word slave nor the word slavery appears in this clause or anywhere in the unamended Constitution. Unamended Constitution does not have slave nor the word slavery. I mean, do we gotta say one more time for the smart dummies?
Well, the question I have for you is slavery legal in America, brother?
Hell no, it's not. It is illegal. You being locked up like R. Kelly and them and T.I. They probably gonna get T.I. soon for some of that silly stuff.
Nah, I don't do tip like that.
My bad, man.
I ain't saying it like that. Nigga, guilty. You know what I'm saying? But I do know character assassination of the media and of these people.
True, very true. My bad, Tip. You still suspect though. You sus, but you're not convicted, so can't get on you like that. So there it is.
Hey, so hey, pull up the family. I sent you a screenshot of it, but you just go to the etymology of family and etymology online. Sent you a link to that too. Like once again, people got to see this because they're not gonna believe it until they see it. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna believe it, and this is how they're beating us. This is how they're fooling us. And once again, I want any naysayers. Whether I don't care, y'all got the floor. Y'all can come up here and debunk what we about to show you. That's all you got to do, just debunk and what we have shown you. Just debunk this. And I got to say this so y'all can understand. This is basic research. This is for kindergarten and middle schoolers and high school kids. Should have mastered this part of it by now to know that you're not the slave and understand who's actually the actual Slavs and what was abolished. It's a story when we talk about the Daughters of the Confederation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they all was attached to all the people who have taken our stuff, socially, politically, economically. I don't understand. You know what I mean? So we're here to empower America and Americans. USA, 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 USA. Walk it off.
Why is my etymology online not hop? I gotta go to Google.
Terrible.
I don't know why it keeps popping up on Bing. I gotta take that off. There it is.
Don't let that midget hub pop up on there. I'm dead. Can I say that? I mean, little people hub.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, we can't say nothing. Nothing.
Shout out all my little people out there. Hey, man. Never mind. I can't say that.
Look at this. Family.
USA. USA.
Family.
What's that, bro? Family. Yeah, you got it.
Go out to all my family. It says early 15th century servants of a household. So you could take that colloquial up out of your rectum and just say servants of a household. Again, for the smart dummies who really got an IQ of 90 but act like they have an IQ of 140, it says from Latin familia, family, servants, domestics collectively, the servants in a household, thus also members of a household, the estate, property, the household including relatives and servants, abstract noun formed from famulus, servant, slave. They better put witches of unknown origin because it's slave, servant, slave. The Latin word really appears in the sense parents with their children, from which domus, see, domestic. Look, oh, hell no. Look at this. Was used derivatives of famulus include famula, serving woman, maid, famulanter, famulanter, in the manner of a servant, famulitas, servitude, familiaris, of one's household, private, familiaricus, of household slaves, or familiaritas, close friendship. Let me say like the king of the mestizos that I am, familiaritus or familiaritas. An English sense of a collective body of person who form one household under one head and one domestic government, including parents, children, and servants. And is sometimes used even lodgers or boarders. And that goes to that blase blah. You know, gotta go on to the details of it. But let's pull out what is tied to slave.
Hold on though. So when they start translating stuff, right? They just turn our family businesses, right, and turned it into slave businesses. And they put this whole slave narrative on it, as if these people owned us, as if these people raped on us. All this stuff, man, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, the dude walked out in the field and just grabbed somebody else's woman and then took her in the thing and raped her from there. Like, all these stories, man. Like, y'all, come on, man. And then y'all act like niggas had birth, the eugenics society, you know what I mean? Here, birth control and all this other stuff, man. They didn't have none of that. So, all these sex farms and all these other things that people be saying, it's all fantasy island stuff, y'all. And it could be verified through their records, because they tried to keep records of stuff. And that's the beautiful part about this. We can go back and just debunk a lot of stuff that they're saying using their records. Just use what's the remnants of the stuff that, okay, well, they didn't have slave in there. This has to be on record. Nobody can keep calling us slaves. The hell are y'all talking about? ADOS and all this other madness and reparations and stuff like that. We need restitution for the crimes that are still happening to our people right now today. That's happening to the American people right now today. We're not racist. We are truth tellers, truth seekers. Shout out to True Searcher in the building, man. That's what we're doing, man. And we're not here to lie to nobody and tell y'all some bullshit. We got fallen soldiers behind bullshit out here, y'all. I'm not listening to no more bullshit from nobody. If I see bullshit, I'm at you. So it's all out of love. But it ain't love for y'all evil ones. It's all hate. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, man. We shouldn't love nothing that is against progression of the and the peace and prosperity. If you're against that and life and the pursuit of happiness in the American way, then you're the enemy of the American people. USA, USA, USA. That's what we doing. How about that? Real talk. Hey, let's get right into this slave definition, man. When we talk about family, man, you broke it down as self-explanatory. We shouldn't have to say nothing else. Especially when we know that, especially in the South, they were it was more of a Latin, and then even the more modern times, whatever, we're dealing with the Spanish and the French language sets and the Portuguese language sets or whatever, and Angola being one of those language dialects or whatever. Those are some of the dialects that we were dealing with here, right? And then familia and stuff like that or whatever. It's the same system or whatever. A man, listen, and some of people that's listening lifetime, a husband could physically spank his wife. Some of y'all still spank y'all children right now, but could you guys imagine that much hell y'all catch from y'all wife? So you just say, baby, go get the belt. And she'd be like, fuck that. I ain't gonna go get that belt. You know what I mean? Like, could y'all imagine that? Like, so think about it. This is in some people's lifetime that's listening right now, y'all. And that's really weird. You know what I mean? And it comes through the religious institutions and stuff like that in these books. So, and that wasn't here when they got here. We didn't have those customs. That's something that we have balance, and we honor, our mothers and our grandmothers, and so on and so forth, our aunties and our sisters. And it was a balance of protection. So once again, the sisters not to feel protected. I already told y'all. Shout out to my mama. Get yourself a gun. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Learn safety and going from there. But yeah, let's get into the slave thing, right? And we're gonna get up out of here, and we're probably gonna come back a little later on, man, y'all. Got some shit for the night.
They go to real slaves on the screen right there.
Oh, who they are? Hold on, let's see. What we got? Get yourself. I mean, that's what they say, right? That's them. But y'all see them and be like, those are the founding slaves, nigga. Go ahead, brother. You got it. I got to let you do the honors, man. Like, I'm tired.
Let me show it again so people can see when the Slavs came to America. I gotta show this again. Where is it at? There it is. There it is. Here it is. We have the records. The Slovak people had their greatest movement to America from 1880 to 1920, when nearly 4 million of them arrived. Most of these people weren't farmers. Most of the land was already claimed by the time they arrived, so they congregated in ethnic neighborhoods. What's an ethnic neighborhood? That's why you said we the fuckers, huh? Yeah. Where they were responsible for building much of America's coal, iron, and steel production. So when you see them Slavs with the last name Coal, you know why they got the last name Coal. Those are the Slavs. Those are the slaves. What do they look like? Let me show another one to show what they look like too, before we bounce out on them. It's crazy we got showed it so many times because we got people related to King James and
Hold on. We gotta pull a slave back up. We didn't go over the etymology of slave. Then we're gonna get up out of here.
Oh, we went over that one. The Slavus? You talking about the Sklavus?
No, that was the Slovak, the coal mine from 18. I don't know. I think it was 1890 to 1920. But yeah, right there. No. We talking about these niggas right here. No. We gotta break this down. I know you pulled it up, and I thought you was gonna go over it. I can go over it real fast. Late 13th century, y'all. Quote: person. This is a noun. This is a noun, by the way. Person, place. These in this case, person, people. Right? Okay, let's go. So, quote: person who is the chattel or property of another. From Old French, esclave, 13th century, right? From medieval Latin, sclavos, slave. Source also Italian slavo, French esclave, Spanish esclavo, originally Slav, right? Slav. They say see Slav. So let's go see Slav real fast. See Slav. Originally see Slav, right? Slav. Those are Slavs down at the bottom now. Those are Slavs, but as you guys don't understand who Slav is, you gotta see what's originally used for Slav.
That's right. So there you go. So if you say this the transatlantic Slav trade, that's real. That's them.
Oh, those are the blacks. Meet the blacks right there.
Yep.
But okay. So I don't know. We're gonna get to Slav. Are you gonna click on Slav real fast? Just let the people say who the Slavs are.
Well, I got it right here.
They be like, no, it's not an E on there. The E makes it us, Chief. Stupid. Huh? No, that ain't real. I know. Y'all know. Lex is saying that it's not an E on the Chief. It's not us.
That's not the colloquial Slavs. I mean, the colloquial slaves.
Those are not the black slaves or the black Slavs. If niggas want to be, now niggas want to be black Europeans though, right? Right here.
Yeah, culture vultures, man. Look, there it is.
Yeah, okay, here we go. I can't see that. God damn it. They nah. You got it. You ain't got to just skim over real fast, man. Let people know who they are, where they come from, and the different tribes, who they are. All right.
It's the late 14th century Slav. Hey, they got an E on it. From medieval Latin, Sklavus. That's 8th century from Byzantine Greek, Slavos. 580 from Proto-Slavic, Sloveninu, a Slav, probably related to Slovo word or Slava word speech. Hey, look, the colloquials right there, word speech, which suggests the name originally identified a member of a speech community. Compare Old Church Slavonic Nemisi. Or it could be Nemiki. Probably Nemisi. Germans related to Nemu. Dumb. Greek heterophonos. Foreign, literally a different voice. And Old English peyote. You have to make a PB sound, which meant both race and language. We got Max Vosmer, the authority for Slavic etymologies, rejects a connection to Slava glory fame, which, however, influenced Slav via folk etymology. This is the Slav in personal names, such as a Russian Miroslav, literally peaceful fame, and Mstislav, kind of make that Yakush, vengeful fame, or the Jaroslav, fame for fury, the Czech Bohuslav, God's glory, Latinized Wenceslas, Wenceslas, having greater glory, perhaps from PIE root clue to here. So it goes all into some other stuff. In English, it is spelled Slav. Oh, wait a minute. It has an E. It's spelled slave. 1788 to 1866. Wow, what a year to pick for it to end. Influenced by French and German slaves. French and German Slav is an adjective from 1876. If you call yourself a Slav or a slave and say your ancestors were enslaved, you are a culture vulture, and that is illegal when you try and say that we came from these people. Stop being a culture vulture trying to steal these people's history. This is their history. They are the transatlantic slave. Kunta was a Slav. It was not us. Didn't look like us. Toby and them. So good ship Kunta brought over people who look like this. That's who was brought over as slaves. Got another image for you. Here goes the slaves. Here go Kunta and them. Here go Kunta. There go what's his name? Newport Gardner. George Africanus. Who else? Who else? I forgot all the other little make-believe names. But here goes the slaves right here. These are the slaves, and they're probably over here picking cotton. Hey, these are the barefoot people walking around Trail of Tears. That's the barefoot Trail of Tears, 1880 to 1920. These are the real slaves, okay? Stop trying to take their history, ADOS, Kemetic, Pan-Africans. Many Afrocentrics don't really tie into it, but they have to go along with to get along in order to tie. It's sad to call yourself a centric in your history. Biggest part in history is to be a culture vulture of these people's history. That's why she got her eyes down, because she knows she was a slave. She was property. It was property. It was probably property of my people over here in America too. Look at her. Look at this head. God damn. Shit.
They getting it out the mud, ain't they?
Man, yep. They digging out the mud. And they be like, these are the Tartars. Nah, these are people.
That nigga dusted in the mud.
Yep. Look at this. Oakham. I don't even know what to call him, man. He's a Slav. So Lex, Lex Vortex, or anybody else in there, aka Nimrod, is this your people right here? If you saying you had an ancestor, you said he had some real slave records. There go Newport Gardner over there. Who the other ones? They go Kunta.
Nah, so people. Yeah, man. I mean, this is, you know, and once again though, it's interpretation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They could have just hit a lick. You know what I mean?
Right.
All type of shit can happen. So once again, you know, this is a land of milk and honey. So people came here, you know, and at this point, we know that's a fact. But what has absolutely has happened that they have applied a apartheid system here, right? Now, it's interesting, right, that we can sit back and say, oh, wait a minute, other countries are doing something negative to their citizens, right? And America, like, oh, the shiny red white horse, slide right on in and say, oh, for the interest of world safety, that we got to be security of the world, right? So first off, let's be security of our own neighborhoods. If we have war zones in our own cities, right, then let's secure our cities, right, with peace and prosperity. And this is a simple thing, y'all. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. I think people make shit too hard, right? Say, for instance, if you printed money, right? If any of y'all printed money and y'all were righteous people, you know, if you could just print some money and then save lives by just giving it out every day, would you print money to save lives? Everybody in this motherfucker that's righteous would be like, yes. If it's all it took, it ain't nothing but you just printing and giving it to people. And now you can do it digitally. You don't even have to touch nothing, right? And lives will be saved. It's just money, right? Make it make sense. So, but we want to go back to the slavery real fast. I want to break this down real fast, and we're gonna get out of here. Then we'll be back a little later, y'all.
Hold on, what was that? I had to step away for a second.
Break down slavery real fast, or slave real fast. As we were just get to the good part of the etymology of slave and you know where it comes from. We just seen what the Slavs are. We want to see what the etymology of the word slave. We just seen the etymology of the word Slav. They're one and the same. They're interchangeable. But we're gonna break this down just a little bit more.
You know what's crazy too? Let me show this too before I get to that. That even in Slav, in the etymology dictionary, look at this shit. Look what it says right here. This shit kind of fucks me up right here. Can you see that? Look at that.
No, hold on. I can't see it. Sorry. Cambridge medieval history.
Meaning one who has lost the power of resistance to some habit or vice. It's from 1550s, applied to devices from 1904, especially those which are controlled by others. Compare Slav jib in sailing. Similarly of locomotives, flash bulbs, amplifiers. But look what it says. Slave driver is attested from 1807. Extended sense of cruel or exacting task masters is by 1854. Slave state in U.S. history from 1812. Slave trade is attested from 1734. All that stuff is about the Slovak people, Slavs people. Ain't got shit to do with Ubuntu and them. This is all about the waste people, the waste people, white cargo. That's why slave trade is them. They are the real slaves. That's what you get in the Slav. That's what you get when you put in Slav. All that slave trade, slave driver, runaway slave, that's the Slovak people, the Slav people. Not us, not you, Nimrod, unless you're related to them. You know, if you're related to them, then you can be like, yeah, man. You know, that's what it is. So slavery, 1550s, severe toil, hard work, drudgery, from Slav, from slave, verb, slavery, meaning state of servitude, is going back into the family. And from 1570s, meaning keeping or holding of slaves, is from 1728. Come on, man. All night. Pro-slavery, favoring slavery, siding with the political interests of slaveholders, 1825. That's pro-slavery. That's my enslavement, act of enslaving, state of being enslaved, slavery, bondage, servitude, 1690s, from enslave. Free soil, the U.S. history opposed to the expansion of slavery into the territories, 1846. Free soil, noun in reference to settled regions without slavery, from free, adjective. See, settled regions. What did it say for the Slovak people? A whole land designated for their ass to go to. Yeah, some of them went to reservations too. Immediatism. Advocacy of immediate action, originally with reference to a. Interesting. I know they got more. Man stealer. And that sounds like something the ladies be doing to what, one who kidnaps human beings to sell into slavery. Interesting. So it's going into all the different things. See, look at this. Negrophobia, violent aversion to or hatred of Negroes. 1819 in U.S. congressional debates over admitting slavery into Arkansas territory from Negrophobia. Really? So how does Negrophobia? Come on, man. So it gets all over the place. Enslave.
Yeah, check out Enslave real fast.
Make a slave or reduce to slavery or bondage, 1640s, from N1, make into slave.
So let me break that down. Somebody married somebody, you just went into a contract of enslavement, right? Both ways, right? Number one, you break the law, you just went into enslavement, right? See how they use the words against you? Not say, "Oh, you're the slave." You say, "Well, you were enslaved," and you know, and the little tricky ones that do it. Watch them, and then ask them. They be like, "We were just talking about enslaved. We wasn't talking about the actual slaves." They have room to say that. They tricky, fork tongue, little bastards, man. Like real talk, y'all. We gotta call them out. That's what we're doing. We're calling them out.
Yeah, because we see here that everything about Slavs, Slovak people, white cargo, waste people, white trash. It's all about slave. You even see it here again. When you go to enslave and you go to the slave part, it points you right back to the Slovak people. The Slavs sold into slavery by conquering people. It goes right back to it.
I want to say something. I gotta say this. Okay, so think about this for a second, right? You got people that say all this king and queen shit, right? They didn't have. Think about it. They're selling us to this right now, but there wasn't no king and queen over our land here, that we didn't recognize no foreign people as our sovereign. That's some bullshit. But once again, they got the book. They could say, okay, well, we're going to write this story in the past to make them bow down to our Pope and bow down to our king and queen and monarchy. I'm asking y'all a question. This is a real question. Why does that matter to you right now today? And if it doesn't matter to you today, why the fuck does it matter to us back then? Make it make sense. So don't pass shit down like they're the king and then and they ruled over us. We didn't know that. When did they tell us? Like we had a meeting, it's like, hey, these motherfuckers over here, we gotta send tribute to them and do all this other shit. Show me. Show us when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Show us. Don't tell us a story. Show us the actual. Show it's happening. And we've been busting head a long time. Now there's been a lot of you little weasels and traitors that was working with them and had little. Most of it was us, being used to fight against each other as pawns. But that wasn't like the little dude ain't gonna be over us. That don't make sense.
Right.
Like that, does that make sense? Like who stand that? But once again, people still passing that same curse down, that mindset down, like they had this monarchy over us. How? And we didn't even have that type of system here. We had cooperation. That's why we built all the shit we built. And so Greek, just show me what was built in Greece, ancient Greece. That's all you have to do is show me. Because I know I found one pyramid there, but we say pyramid, it's like a little tomb. So once again, show us. If everything came from there, show us. Stop lying to us and show us. That's all y'all got to do. Show us. Show us the linguistics. Show us the artifacts. Show us the bones. Show us something that makes what we're saying. Well, then you got to remember the Gregorian calendar. You got to remember the Julian calendar. You got to remember all the things that have been changed before you make those statements at your dumbass face. Go back to the Constitution of this land. We're explaining what they're talking about when they're saying slave, when it pertains to Negroes on this land. Not only you're not supposed to be enslaving us, we're only supposed to be enumerate us and tax us. Because the Indian, before there was an Indian, we were the Negroes here. And don't make me Keep telling y'all that.
That's right.
That's dumb. It's dumb. Dumb. That's too much dumb for me. And then they be arguing dumb shit. No, hit that link.
It literally said
Right.
dumb too. For the
Dumb.
slide.
Dumb. So I mean, we can go all through this right here, man, but it's just gonna say the same thing that we're saying.
It points you right back to the Slovak people, 1880s to 1920s, the conquered people.
Hold on, though, but check this out, though, right? So it says the Slavs was the most prized of human goods, and with increased strength outside its marshy land of origin, hardened to the utmost against all privation, industrious, content with little good humored and cheerful. He filled. Check this out right here. Check out where he filled. Keep going, brother. Gonna get up out of here after this right here, man.
Yeah, I gotta go.
These fools feel
slave markets. Oh wow.
Where at though? Where at?
Europe, Asia, and Africa. The Slav people. Damn.
Hold on, real quick. So Europe, Asia, and Africa. Not America?
Nope.
Why not? That's logically speaking. We were trading with these people, right?
That's right.
Okay, so they didn't come here and change. We know there's documented that they did. So once again, why anybody? It's just the etymology of the word slave. This is what they're saying. But keep going, brother. I got more. I'm sorry, y'all.
This is
my bad, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna get no reparations for slavery. My bad.
Sure in the hell ain't. And an old boy who was a lawyer that some say they killed. He found out the hard way. It must be remembered that for every Slavonic slave who reached his destination, at least 10 succumbed to inhumane treatment during transport and to the heat of the climate. Indeed, Ibrahim, 10th century himself, in all probability a slave dealer, says, and the Slavs cannot travel to Lombardy on account of the heat, which is fatal to them, hence their high price. Damn, man. The Arabian geographer of the 9th century tells us how the Magyars in the Pontus steppe dominated all the Slavs dwelling near them. Everything is pointing to the Slovak people, not Kunta, not no Akans or Yorubas, Hausa, Fulanis, or none of that. It's all pointed back to that. And it says the Magyars made raids upon the Slavs and took their prisoners along the coast of Kirk, where the Byzantines came to meet them and gave Greek brocades and such wares in exchange for their prisoners. The Cambridge Medieval History. So everything is saying Slovak people. Hell yeah. I got to bust a move, bro.
All right, man. Yeah, man. We're gonna come back, probably have an open panel, and discuss some of the stuff that you're talking about right now, man. Just I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm feeling yet. So yeah, we got some shit, man. You already know, man. 3/5. Stop pushing 3/5 human beings. That's stupid. Stop pushing slavery on our people. That's stupid and illegal. It's historically inaccurate. It's linguistic. Everything inaccurate, right? We have. Can y'all find me the slave Kunta's dictionary, please? If it's a Kunta dictionary I haven't read, fine, but find it for us, please. And I need y'all to email me slavery. I've been asking these fools to email me slavery for years, and they still cannot email me slavery. As you guys seen, the Constitution. Shout out to Yeshua. He was like, the Constitution. I know Yeshua was over there like, yes, man, no goddamn slavery in the Constitution. It's not in the Constitution. It's not in the American laws. So the fact that they're, like Clyburn said, it's never going to happen because he knows it's not legal. See what I'm saying? He knows it's not going to happen. It's fluff. It's pie in the sky daddy. You know what I'm saying? And you guys love pie in the sky daddy. I think we should have a pie in the sky daddy show. Like, you know what I mean? It'll probably be the most popular one. Like the Weirdo Wednesdays when we're doing the you know, like UFOs and Bigfoot and shit. Shit was pretty interesting. People like that. It's pretty funny. Remember the Monkey Man? That shit was so funny. Like, come on, y'all mixed with the Monkey Man in it, man. This is crazy. It's no human bones, but it's million-year-old monkey people bones. Because monkey people bones last longer than human people bones. Like, come on, y'all. This is so stupid. It's unbelievably stupid. Like, the opposition is... they're not even opposition. It's like, they're like little annoying little roadblocks and potholes. Like, they potholes. I think it's just little bitty potholes, like, you know what I mean? Real talk. So, what are we doing? What are you gonna do? So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, man. So I'm gonna say peace to everybody, man. Shout out to Lotus, man, for bringing the heat. Hey, what do y'all want right here? What do y'all need? What do y'all need me to? What do y'all need us to do? Right there. It's right there. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
Don't be a slave, man. Stop losing your power to resist. Resistance is futile. Hey, man. Hey, man, we're going to see y'all a little later, man. Peace to everybody, man. Tap in. Hey, Lotus, man. Appreciate you, man. You got you.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Let me bust the some of the no mountains on flat earth stuff again. Let me go through these real quick. I almost forgot. I make sure I ain't it right. And right there is a pyramid that I discovered, but we'll see where we go from there with the pyramid. Right here is an image that looks like a dog or whatever. Use your imagination, but it's there. You can go touch it. All that, and it's located near what they call the devil's backbone, and the devil's they put devil on everything. Damn Slovaks. Once again here, to zoom in, you'll see that this has what they call the Egyptian head dress, like in the Egyptian pose, with a so-called hieroglyphs and all that stuff. You can find that in the San Gabriel Mountains. Here goes the close-up of it, right there. You can see the eye, the nose, and the mouth plain as day. Even what's on the headdress. Even looks like it has some type of bird or some. These are the mountains, y'all. That's right there in the mountains, San Gabriel Mountains. And I gotta stop calling it San Gabriel Mountains. It's really the Shashamanga Mountains. We bust a couple more for them, man. Here they broke down this whole pyramid, pulling stuff out, minerals. Once again, well, I'm not going to show all that stuff. Let me show the stuff I didn't show. Oop, nah, I don't want to show y'all that. Here you can see I'm the blue dot right here. This is where I went to location and I did my own personal research. I don't need no Zeddy holding my hand or anybody. I go and do it myself. As again, I discovered this. And I'll give you the whole full-on layout. If you put this sideways, it looks like a giant face is looking up. The nose, the lip, the upper lip and bottom lip. And on the side of the face, you see other faces. Again, this is my picture from my camera. I discovered this. And with that same camera from my phone, I can literally show you that these are faces. Again, the biggest ankh on planet Earth, until I could find one bigger, is right there off of the 10 freeway where the 10 and 57 freeway meets. Connected to this, plain as day. You can see this plain as day. Even in 2D on your phone, you will still see it. All right. This right here is in the area between Nevada and Arizona. This just blew my mind right here. I'm still in shock when I really study that. That's located in the middle of that. Now, when it comes to mine manufacture, mass produce, here is another area where I went to go study the area because of what I found from above. Here is the oh yeah, I love this. This right here is what I look at every day out of my window. This is exactly what I'm looking at. And this is exactly what it is right here. And when I zoom in, you can literally see a face. Now, there's other stuff on there, but I'm just going to focus on the stuff that's real easy to make out. Oh, can't show that one yet. Everything I'm showing you is something there. Not easy to make out or whatever. This is where you're writing your biblical writings, of Enoch and all that Bible stuff that they try and make you believe is from something ancient. Here is where the devil's, they call it the devil's pear blossom, the devil's punch bowl, and other stuff on locations right here. Here, my drawing on this is horrible, but this is where the cobra meets, and Arizona really means snake. This is the Arizona snake meeting the California cobra. All right. And here you can see it says Devil's Punch Bowl National Area where the Devil's Tree is, and it literally looks like something tried to take off, and it's that image I showed already. All right. And then when it comes to writing, bow, right there in the San Gabriel Mountains. The seven-headed dragon, this is Medicine Bow, and that's what it looks like. Over anybody that goes here, they'll tell you that these are all ruins, and the ones who know about the petrified creatures and all that stuff, and petrified forests or whatever, they're gonna tell you this is ruins and what that is. Just running through these real quick right here, and this is back to the face facing up. I got another picture of it. This stuff is mind blowing. Sometimes it freaks me out when I really think about it. Like, damn, man, this is what we live on. This is what we're standing on, and they keep us confused, going in all kind of directions, thinking you was a slave. You have nothing to do with this stuff, so you're not going to take pride in looking at it. You're not going. Whichever way you look at it, whatever happened, you're going to look at the South like, I don't want to live in the South. But why wouldn't you want to? If you go look, that's why it's called the Bible Belt. You know why it's called the Bible Belt? Because in the Bible, it's going to say that the Most High placed the cherubim in front of the Garden of Eden. Not over there in Israel, not no Canaanite stuff, not no Mesopotamia, not no Egypt, not no Greece, none of that. Right here in the South, that's why it's called the Bible Belt. That's complicated to explain, but I will anyway for everybody. That's the dragon holding the skull in his face. Some people, they be like, man, you got a crazy imagination. And that's cool. It doesn't defeat the fact that when I go to these locations, this is what I see. So a couple more things before I go. This right here is Pico Pio. So if you try and tell me that the California, this is why I'm the king of the mestizos, because this is Pico Pio, the last real governor of California. You see how he looks, you see his complexion, but when you look on the mural and you look at the drawings they made of him, they turned him to a Slav. All right. Y'all hang in. Chief will be going in soon. Hopefully he'll be going in all night. There goes the dragon in Revelations with the 7 heads and the 10 crowns. And what I showed earlier, the medicine bowl is one of the heads on the crown. And even on the maps, as I showed last time, they even had it on the maps. You go look this up on Google Earth, you'll see it plain as day. There is the location I went to. And once again, here is the giant. And if you can zoom in, you can see that he actually had another woman right there next to him, but they have destroyed this and moved all the land. But you can't, this stuff is so big, you can't remove everything. They would have to dig like 1,000 feet in the ground, probably even further, to really eradicate that and remove it so we won't know. See, they don't want you looking or knowing any of this stuff, because when you look at these things, your psyche will click. If anybody looks at this stuff and really studies this stuff, you're going to have dreams. You might have nightmares. You might have the best dreams in your world. Best dreams you ever had. But this is tapping you back into your psyche, tapping you back into your first American ancestors. That right there is San Rafael Hills, right next to the dragon. And right where the mouth of the dragon is where NASA JPL headquarters is in Pasadena, which is with La Cañada and all that stuff. All right, let me show a couple more. And no, that's it. I have over 1,000 images that I've done from studying this stuff, traveling to locations, and so on. In the future, when I get this stuff together and present it in a way, you know what I'm saying, maybe we could do some tours, and soon we could do some excavations. They might have to get panning for gold and all this good stuff. All those type of images like that, I have to keep them and hold them. If you know what I'm saying, I'm asking for investors. I'm talking about $250,000. This is stuff that is worth millions. Because if you get to these locations, as we have gold and stuff and all the minerals in our blood, you're going to find the same thing at these locations. When y'all ready, it's going to take millions to really do this stuff. And then we can go from there and build and restore our balance. And then we could, when they say, man, you Aboriginals ain't doing nothing. What? This is what we got. Now what? Shut up. You ain't no Slav. You're American. Like they said, I took down the thing. He said, oh, that's just a little African-American humor. Stop saying that. There's no such thing. You are American. Be proud. America first, from the first Americans. Peace.
Look here, you big dummy.
Stack that bitch up, Mike.
Yeah, truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. The truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Truth can't be told, it gotta be realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't free, it ain't realized. Freedom ain't, it ain't legalized. Realize, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Freedom ain't free, it ain't legalized. Real eyes, realize. Realize. Yeah, slavery was a long time ago. How? Same motherfuckers still here right now. Colonized on our land, they ahead of us. Changed our name so much, they scared of us. Children of the sun, y'all don't compare to us. Pale fake people, this ain't y'all area.